Way! Hello, viewer. It is Saturday, January 21st, 2023. I am Mr. Brown, and I trust you are all doing very, very well today. On this evening's stream backslash podcast, we are discussing possibly the best Star Trek movie, in my opinion. No, not Star Trek Into Darkness, but the wonderful Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. But before we begin, you can find us here on the YouTube, or if you prefer your entertainment in the podcast form, we are on Spotify. Links are in the description. So if you've not nodded off with my dulcet tones, as I always say, lots to get through, shall we get the guests out? Of course we should. Okay then, so first up, start spreading the news. He's not leaving today, so good we named him twice. Back on the channel, it is PCAT.
Hello.
Wait.
Glad to be back on board, Captain.
Where have you been, stranger?
I've been stuck in the Nexus, but I've emerged out. How have you been?
Is it Doctor? What's his name? The
Sauron?
Sauron.
Yeah.
Are you the Doctor Sauron of YouTube?
Yes, time is the fire in which we all burn.
It is, and I'm up to my. I'm roasting. You?
Yeah, I'm on fire right now.
Yeah. Good to have you back, mate.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. I'm excited. Love this movie. Love it.
Should we get the next guest out?
Beam him up.
Yeah. Okay. Lots to get through. You see, you know that. So, new to the channel. If you like your Star Trek content, and why wouldn't you? You should subscribe to our next guest's YouTube channel. And I always have difficulty saying this. Antiderivative. Jill. Hello there. And she's muted.
Hello. Hey.
Hello, Jill. You all right?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to talk about this wonderful movie. It's great. It's a wonderful follow-up to Wrath of Khan in the storyline of Star Trek.
I think this is peak Star Trek. I don't know about you.
Yes, lots of incredible things happen in this movie, and the relationships are great.
How's your YouTube channel going?
Wonderful. I review the original series every Tuesday.
You do?
And I do.
You do, and they're very good reviews.
Oh,
yes.
Nice.
How many subscribers? Was it 332 yesterday? Any more today?
No more today. 332 as of now. But mostly I just enjoy the hobby of it, being able to speak to anyone who wants to listen to me talk about Star Trek and what it means to us.
That's where I started. Just wait till it starts going up to the 900s. That's when you'll start to get excited. But you well, yes, Jill. You sound like it. You well, yes.
Yes.
Excited to be here, yes.
Yes, very honored. Excited to be here for the first time.
It's great to have you on. So, shall we get the next guest out? At that moment, you say yes.
Yes.
Beam him up.
Okay. She's back on the channel, folks. All the way from the land of Texas Shire. It is Rennie L. Not Rennie A, folks. Here we go. Hello there.
Hello there.
Hey, Rennie.
How are you guys? And I am so sorry, PCAT. When I first hopped in the back, I forgot to tell you it was nice to talk to you or see you again. So I was just...
I didn't even notice.
It had been so long since I had seen her talk to Jill. It's just like, oh my gosh, Jill. So I apologize.
Texas and
No need to.
So yeah, it's good to be here. How are you guys?
Pretty good. Are you, Rennie?
Doing pretty well, actually. Married life evidently agrees with me. So, and I've got a
Does it agree with the hubby though?
Well, does it? That's you. You're the hubby.
Oh, sorry, I missed the question.
He said, "Does it agree with the hubby?"
Oh, yes, it certainly does. It certainly does. My apologies, wifey. It's the best. I've never laughed this much continuously in my life with anybody that I've hung out with. You know, my best mates in high school, anyone. We laugh constantly. It's amazing. And she watches Star Trek with me, which is even better.
Sounds like marriage is going very, very well.
So far, so good.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks. And thanks for letting me jump in on this one because I love this movie.
It's a great movie. Rennie, shall we wheel the last guest out? Shall we get him out?
Let's get him out because we all know who it is, and he's an awesome friend too. So get him on out here.
And last but by no means least, he is the wise elder of the channel. You know the rest. It is the great mega geek himself, Ian David Diaz. Hello there.
Hello.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Fancy meeting you here. You all right?
Yeah, exactly. Fancy meeting everybody here. Yeah, cool. Star Trek 3 is probably the best Star Trek movie ever made, in my opinion. So, yeah, can't wait to talk about this movie. It's a great movie.
Good. I like the disclaimer, in my opinion, because for me, it's Star Trek 4. Don't hate me, but I still like this one.
Me too. I agree with you, Rennie.
Yay!
What?
Yeah, the
Save the whales, folks.
Amazing.
Let's beam onto the Genesis planet now.
Okay, so I'm saying goodbye now since they like that movie.
Star Trek 4 is not only my favorite Star Trek movie, but my favorite movie in general.
Oh, that's awesome, Jill.
Bacon.
More importantly than Star Trek 4, Machi. Hello, Machi. Bacon.
Machi.
Yeah,
Machi. You know Machi, don't you, Jill?
I do. He shows up in my chats quite a bit.
He is pretty awesome at trying to support anyone and everyone that he knows that is streaming, and at least just like be there to say hey and give you a little bit of a little bit of bacon and let you know that he's there. So I think that's very sweet.
He is a man of many moderator wrenches. So
oh yeah, he collects them. I don't know how he has time for them, but that's Matt G.
Okay, so should we get on with it?
Yeah.
First of all, hello chats. We can see you. Hello. So shall I do a little bit of blurb and then we'll just get on with it?
Blurb
it. Do it. Star Trek 3, Search for Spock, 1984. Oh, Christ. Unbelievable. Certificate PG, runtime 1 hour 45 minutes. Release date UK July 27, 1984. USA June 1st, 1984. The cast: Sir William of Shatner, Kirk, Leonard Nimoy as Spock, DeForest Kelly, McCoy, James Doohan Scotty, Walter Koenig, Chekhov, George Takei, Sulu, Nichelle Nichols, Uhura, Robin Curtis Savick, Merritt Buttrick, David, and who could forget Christopher Lloyd as Kruge. Or is it Krug? It's Krug, isn't it?
Scott Brown.
Yes, no relation. Directed by Leonard Nimoy. Writing credits Gene Roddenberry, based on Star Trek. Created by Harve Bennett. He wrote the film. Produced by Harve Bennett. Gary Nadino was the executive producer. And Ralph Winter, associate producer. Music. I think the music is the star of this film. James Horner. Incredibly.
Very young when he did
the
second one, wasn't it? He was very young.
Especially when they steal the Enterprise.
Yeah, brilliant.
Perfection.
special effects, ILM. The budget was 17 million dollars. Gross worldwide, 76,471,006. So that's 76 million. So pretty good, isn't it? So
yeah.
Should we just do initial thoughts on the film? So I'll just do the if you have made it this far bit. We'll do that. And you're enjoying what you've seen so far, please like, share, and subscribe. This is the important part. Every single click will help this channel grow.
Do it.
Here we go. Posters. So, who would like to go first with initial thoughts or feelings about the film? Should we do it in screen order? So, PCAT.
Well, the second movie I saw in the theaters, but the first one I remembered because when I saw the motion picture in the theaters, all of us fell asleep. So this is the first theatrical experience, and I'll never forget walking out the theater, big round of applause. It just left a smile on your face, and it showed while normally bringing, the trope of bringing characters constantly back to life gets old and stale. They earned it with this one, and it worked. It worked to perfection, and you just can't have Star Trek without Nimoy, at least back then. And they found, they just wrote a great storyline and excellent direction to bring back probably the most beloved character in the franchise, probably still to this day too.
I think, we'll say later on in the stream, Star Trek 2, Nimoy had his epiphany, didn't he? So, Jill, thoughts about Star Trek 3?
I didn't get to see it in theater. I wasn't born yet. But when I did discover Star Trek, I binged all of it in order up to 2005. By that time, Enterprise was over.
Yeah.
And so I cried at Wrath-Con, but then I put Star Trek 3 in and I had Spock back right away. So that was nice. I really love this movie. It's A+ material for me. Christopher Lloyd is a real treasure as a Klingon. He even speaks as a Klingon when he's speaking in English with the way he delivers. And this is incredible world building from Star Trek with the character interactions. And we get to see the Excelsior, which Zulu gets in later.
Yeah.
And well, we have one of the biggest loss of a character in this film.
Oh.
The 1701.
It should have been in the cinema. It's like, oh.
Trekkies are so incredible. Used to losing ships at this point, but this was the first one, so it hits the hardest.
Yeah, it did. So you really, really are into this film, yes?
Yes.
Rennie?
Okay, well, I did not see it when it first came out in the theater, but I did see it whenever they brought it back a little bit later. For me, I was a kid, so it was a little bit creepy and scary, but I did find it intriguing with Spock coming back to life, so I thought that was interesting and how they did it and made it happen because, in sci-fi, nothing's impossible, right? So, that was something that was of interest to me. I didn't like the Klingons. They were scary to me when I was little. But
they were bad Klingons, these.
Yeah, mean. And then, of course, I kind of cried when David died and all that. But it was really, really cool to see the rest of the storyline. And, I enjoyed the part where they stole the Enterprise. That was awesome. And how they sabotaged the Excelsior. So that was fun for me as well. So anything to add, honey?
Yeah, I guess I didn't realize that it was released on June the 1st here in the States. So that would have been my 6th birthday, in fact. But living in Australia, we and as a kid, I didn't get to go to the cinemas very often, so we had to wait a few years before we could watch it. But watching Star Trek with my dad was something that we did like just religiously. And having seen Spock die in the past, I remember bawling my eyes out. And then my dad had already seen it before I got to see this one. And he's just like, you're going to love it, you're going to love it, you're going to love it. And this movie just resonates with me so much. It gives me goosebumps. You said peak Trek before, and I think it really is, because this establishes so much character-wise, particularly for Sarek and for Spock, that carries all the way through to TNG, and it just speaks so much to how the arc of Star Trek has carried so truthfully to its characters and to the vision of Roddenberry through that period. So I just think it's brilliant.
Ian, this is your favourite Trek film, is it not?
It is indeed. I think it's the best Star Trek movie ever made, and the reason why I say that is because it has elements in this film that the other films don't have. I like Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan, but I like this better because it just has scenes that you never thought they would do in a Star Trek film, like blowing up the Enterprise and having Kirk's son killed, and the Klingons being so bad, and Spock coming back and you know, stealing the Enterprise, and you know, all that stuff that they had in there. That was a real big surprise. Even when they rescued McCoy, was so entertaining. The film's a bit slow in the beginning, you know, with Spock's dad and stuff like that. But when it gets going, it really does get going. And there was things that had to be overcome by Kirk and stuff. And if you look closely, right, it's a story about Kirk as well as a story about bringing Spock to life, which a lot of people don't realize. That it's about Kirk's acceptance of death and Kirk's acceptance of friendship, and how he put friendship above everything, even his career, you know, even his life, even. So and basically he, you know, he had to overcome his son's death. Do you know what I mean? So with all that being said, I was really surprised with this film. As I said, it had things that no other Star Trek film, even to this day, had done.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think it's probably the best out of the lot of them. And a lot of people say that number 3 in the trilogy is always bad, but I think this is the best one, definitely. So there you go. That's my reasoning.
Both you and I have a mutual love of this film.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I think it's film, and the special effects, when you see it in 4K, when they released it on Blu-ray,
yeah, it's good.
It just looks so beautiful, especially the bit where they're stealing the Enterprise. It looks fantastic. It really does. Anyway, I shall stop there.
Okay, so shall we just proceed through with the slides and just get on with it effectively? So, okay. So I think what I might do is I might put you in, because the slides genuinely look really good. I may probably just keep it full screen like this, and we'll just kind of talk over it. Yeah,
I like it.
Okay, so Paramount's old school logo, yes.
Brilliant. Yeah. That would be Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah. Waiting for the mountain to turn into something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the reason why they put this bit in is because they didn't think people that watched Wrath of Khan wouldn't understand the story. Yeah, so they I think in the British version, this only exists in the British version.
Really?
I think so.
No, we have it in the American version.
Oh, do you?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. I think it's the only Star Trek movie to ever have a recap of the previous, right?
Yeah, because Harv Bennett was scared that people wouldn't understand, because if they didn't see the second one, they wouldn't understand what's happening in this one, especially the thing with Genesis. So
that's what's so great about this movie, is because Harv Bennett really kept the audience in mind while he was writing it.
Exactly.
Just like today's writers.
Yeah. Yep.
I think we said when we did Star Trek 2 this scene here.
Oh yeah.
It's very heartbreaking, when you watch something like this, because these characters lived in your heart ever since I was a kid, and just to see one of them die, it's just heartbreaking,
So we kind of go into the colour recap now of was the most human. At the time, we thought that was peak Kirk, didn't we? Peak Shatner. But he was saving the best, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was he still doing T.J. Hooker at this point?
No. Okay. Yes, he was.
Yes.
Yes. But
speak up, Rennie.
He had a problem, didn't he, with the second one, because he was like, I'm too old to play Kirk, and then I think Harv Bennett said to him, no, we're going to play him when he's in his 50s. There's loads of stars that did that. You should do it, and he convinced him to do it. So because he has a big ego. Yeah, he's a big ego, Shatner.
And also on this film, I heard that there was a fire that Shatner helped put out, so that he wouldn't be late to be on T.J. Hooker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He did his Kirk thing, didn't he? His shirt got ripped and he rolled on the floor. Saved a couple of people from the fire.
And then grabbed the green alien and took her out back.
That's right.
Was this during his girdle wearing days? Or
Yes.
Yes.
Here you go in the chat. Mephisto, hello Mephisto at Mr. Brown Alliance. That's me. Did you hear that, Mr. Brown? I still have the VHS version with the phenomenal cover art that you just showed.
Oh wow!
Snap. Yeah, I had VHS as well.
Yeah, I had a look on eBay yesterday. There's still lots of VHS copies floating around.
I've even got the soundtrack here as well, up on my shelf. That James Horner soundtrack is absolutely
incredible.
Bloody.
Incredible.
I was going to say effing, but it's awesome. It's awesome.
This is where we'll get the Nimoy space. Final frontier.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we go through.
Great the way he brought him back, though. You got to admit, it's fantastic the way he brought him back.
If I remember correctly, all this kind of jungle scene was shot after test screenings, wasn't it, from the second one? Because it was a depressing ending. Because
the audience wanted some hope.
Yeah, so ILM just shot this sequence on their own.
Right when
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Test screen audiences were upset at Spock's death, so you're right. They reshot more scenes to make it more positive.
Did they shoot this in a garden? Like a big garden somewhere in the States? Did they not shoot this? It's like Kew Gardens, a version of Kew Gardens,
like a big greenhouse,
like a big greenhouse
possibly,
place.
Yeah.
I don't know. I heard that's where they shot it.
Here you go, folks. Franco, hello, Franco. I've got the VHS box set.
Oh, good for you. No.
What was cool about that box set was, at least through the first 5 movies, each one, if you put them side by side, it formed the Enterprise.
Yes, yeah. Same thing with the Raiders of the Lost Ark one. It formed Indy, didn't it, when you put them all together?
Yep.
When the VHS rental came out back in the VHS days, as I said previously, we were very lucky. We had 2 VHS recorders. So go down the rental, put the tape in one, get a fresh tape out, record it. I have seen these films so many times.
Until they put a bug in it and you couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah. So we're flying out through the clouds. Obviously, we get the credits. I always wondered why there's the black bands at the side, because the aspect ratio changes, doesn't it? As you.
That's strange.
Yeah, it kind of did when we were watching it last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Obviously, we've got the amazing music, and then the Enterprise comes from the distance, which just looks fantastic anyway.
Yeah.
Well, wait, was the aspect ratio changed just from like the credits to here? Because if so, then that's...
Yes, now it's widescreen now, yeah.
So that's probably because the previous shots were done like
As a
after the
flashback.
production of the second movie, but before this was done. Maybe.
Don't know.
That's just
Dunno.
my hypothesis.
Dunno.
You know nothing.
Is that the best Enterprise?
Oh, for me,
Pretty sexy.
The refit is just the.
Yep.
Yeah.
The original is my favorite, but the refit's next. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jill, I was going to say, as a woman, do you find this kind of spaceship porn exciting like us men do?
Absolutely. Well, this is the one that we saw, this is the one that we saw get changed in the last movie. And it's so wonderful to see the ship that we saw for 3 years and then it gets upgraded. It's gorgeous.
Rennie, do you like that as a woman?
Yeah, I think it's nice. I will say,
it's great.
My mom was big on Star Trek, so I saw the movies, I think, more than the shows. But one thing I always thought was weird about the Excelsior is that, like the engine area or whatever on the bottom was just too fat compared to like the Enterprise.
Yeah.
Because the Enterprise is sleek looking and the Excelsior just looks chunky. And I was like, this is weird. At least when I was a kid, that's how I felt.
But in this film, they wanted to decommission the Enterprise, didn't they, in this one?
Yeah.
Right. Does the Excelsior look a little pregnant?
Yeah, there you go.
It does a bit, yeah. It does a bit.
Enterprise had one more go round.
The way I see the Excelsior is it's like one of those huge jumbo jets, that carries a lot of people. I see it as one of them. So
like an Airbus.
Like an Airbus. But so the Enterprise is kind of like your ordinary plane, and the the Excelsior is like that huge Airbus thing with lots of power.
Here you go, Jim D. Hell yeah, Enterprise A is the very best version. It is.
Yeah.
I could just look at that all day.
I had one, and my brother sat on it. Bloody
Who sat on it?
My brother, he sat on it.
Oh no.
Broke it. Yeah. I used to have it. I used to have it on little wires, like fishing wires, stuck to my ceiling. And then I was cleaning. I had to take it off and I had to clean it because it got a lot of dust on it. Put it on the chair. My brother sat on it. I was so angry. Here you go.
Here you go. Mephisto says, somebody said of the Excelsior, the Enterprise designed by Japan.
Yeah, I was actually watching something behind the scenes on. They said they tried to use Japanese influence when they were designing the Excelsior.
Yeah. I could still just look at that all day.
But at least they didn't. At least they didn't look at the Enterprise or one of those ships, the Federation ships, upside down like they did in
the Reliant,
Wrath of Khan.
I don't know about you guys, but this film, with obviously what happens later, I don't think nobody ever considered the Enterprise as an actual character. Stroke person in the film. And everybody just kind of it's obviously the lead actors, but we realized in this film that we can actually feel upset by a spacecraft going down. So I think a lot of us were pretty caught up when
I was shocked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was so shocked.
It was no.
Well, it really is anthropomorphized or personified, if you like, because of the constant references to her, or she's a good ship, or I'm giving her all she's got, and so
yeah.
I always say the Enterprise died in this film.
Well, it did. This is the original ship that we knew from the beginning, and it got
all it needed 2 numbers: 0, 0. Destruct. That's all it needed.
0.
I did like that it required 3 of the crew.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Okay, so we're having a bit of a voiceover saying that the death of Spock is been hard. It's only a training crew as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like a ghost crew. Yeah.
I do like the design of the bridge of this one.
Yeah.
It's really nice. It looks nice. It's got nice colors, and the seats look comfortable. And do you know what I mean? It just seriously, it just looks so nice. I mean, what's that stupid Discovery one where everything's dark and all you see is like lights in the background?
Mention that horribleness on this one.
Okay.
This is where he says the death of Spock
Yeah.
is like an open wound.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And there's Sulu going, I hate you, Captain. I really do. I hate you even more now.
You son of a bitch. No.
Is this where he asks him to take the science station?
Yep.
Yeah. And he's reluctant.
No response from Starfleet about refit time, if I remember correctly.
I don't know about you guys, right? But I found her quite sexy in this film, Uhura. I've never found her sexy in the old.
Peak Uhura, yeah.
Yeah, I thought especially when she's talking to Mr. Avenger. I thought, bloody hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, she aged very well. She was a very beautiful woman. I must agree.
And this is the miracle worker scene.
Yeah.
Scotty.
It's when he finds out his tricks of multiplying by a factor of 2.
No, it's 4.
It's 4. Sorry, yes, 4. Yep.
This is where we're going to have a parade.
Yeah. Jackie Childs.
Yeah. Heroes parade.
Phil Morris.
Is that what you want, son? Well, God knows we deserve one.
Yeah, and he says that line, doesn't he? We lost whatever. I can't remember the line. We lost it with our something blood or something like that. Yeah. William Shatner makes me laugh. His acting is so... It's a bit weird, but it's fun. The way he acts, it's quite fun.
Absolutely.
I think
that
all
scene
of this
that we
is just peak.
Sorry, go ahead.
That scene that we just passed with the young black officer saying, there'll be a reception for us when we get back, and he's almost excited. That's a clear indication that they are a new crew and they don't have that emotional bond. Like nothing like Kirk, and Kirk's hurting. Like he's just like still feeling it, man. He's like, probably there'll be a reception.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Here you go, folks. Bit of a bombshell in the chats from the Time Prophets. High praise indeed. I think Shatner is a good actor.
Agreed.
Really?
He's a good actor.
Jill, do you think Shatner is a good actor? Your kids.
Especially when he's directed by Leonard Nimoy, and Leonard Nimoy has him improv the way he believes, because Shatner is Captain Kirk. So Nimoy knows how to get Captain Kirk out of him, especially when David dies.
Here you go, folks. Jim D. Modern Trek is unwatchable crap. You are not wrong. You are not wrong.
He was very jealous of Leonard Nimoy, wasn't he? That he got a chance to direct.
Klingons.
Yeah, that's why Star Trek 5 happened, and it was a total piece of crap.
Well, not if you look at it as though most of it is a dream. When they fall asleep in Yellowstone, it makes it a lot easier to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just skip
think about it that way.
Go from 4 to 6 and you miss nothing.
Yeah, pretty much.
What genius casting to cast Christopher Lloyd as Krug.
Yeah.
Genius. Absolute genius.
Because wasn't he just from, at this point,
Taxi.
just from Taxi? And that was
Reverend Jim.
And then
that was
after
Harv
this,
Bennett
he went to Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, here you go. Time Prophet, I like Star Trek 5. Yeah, I do as well. I think it's very, very underrated.
Do you? I think
do.
It's terrible.
No, it's not. No, it's not terrible.
The starship. Yeah.
Well, what does God want with a starship?
Yeah, I mean, okay,
Answer the question.
Honestly, if that was an all-powerful being, wouldn't need a starship. He could go anywhere, anytime, and do whatever he wanted.
Yeah, there you go. Chat moved up. Sorry, Jim D. Again, I love Star Trek 5. I think all the original Star
Well,
Trek
there's a lot of
films
people
are
that like Star Trek.
masterpieces.
Yeah, well,
compared to the
throughout
shit
the
we've got
years, throughout the years, it's become beloved, isn't it? Star Trek 5.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
Okay,
you know,
so
as
this
bad
is
as it could be, it's still better than anything that we have nowadays as far as like Star Trek goes, in my opinion.
goes without saying.
chat's moving very fast now. Sorry, Time Prophet. That is the point. That is how Kirk knew it wasn't God.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Everybody else was dumb as shit. He's the only one.
So this is the Klingon scene where the female Klingon has stolen the Genesis data.
I just keep looking at her
torpedoes. Yes, she has very nice torpedoes.
Cleavage. I kept looking at her cleavage when I was a kid. I was like,
put it this way:
get breast implants. Just curious.
Klingon breasts.
I'll just say I was at the right age to appreciate this when it came out. Just saying. So this is Valkyris, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well done, Valkyris.
The prelude to the window, the cleavage window that was later.
So they've been here for some time, and the
cloaking device.
Because these were going to be Romulans, weren't they? Because that is technically a Romulan ship.
Yeah, but
that's right. I heard about that.
Leonard Nimoy wanted the Klingons back.
Yeah.
Well, no, the original script got leaked, so we didn't get. That's why the Romulans didn't become the enemies.
Yeah,
I think these were these renegade Klingons.
I think so because they heard of the Genesis, so they wanted to do it for their world. Yeah.
And that's
they were violating the peace treaty. So
yeah. Sorry, you were going to say?
Yeah, that's also why the Bird of Prey looks a lot like a Romulan ship because they had built it as a Romulan.
Yeah,
they were starting it that way.
Should we just leave that still on there for a bit?
Really, Brown?
That one and the other one can go back and forth.
It is
Franco. That's for you, son.
It's so obvious that they were trying to save money here because that set is there's nothing there. They've got a couple of boxes in front.
Well lit though.
Yeah, just light from the back.
All in the right spots.
You know,
yeah,
there's nothing that tells you that's a ship or anything.
I will say this is obviously taken from the Blu-ray and putting these slides together. So I've been watching these for literally a full day to put this together. I noticed just how well everything is lit and the color schemes and the contrast. It's just really, really good. Never really realized that before. Okay, so that's the Genesis data.
Very futuristic looking cassette tape.
And the old Sony
TDK.
Sony TV.
8-track.
8-track.
It looks like an 8-track. Yeah.
CRT.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And then he goes, "Have you seen this?"
And she goes,
"I have,
yes.
my lord."
Yeah.
Yes.
Pity.
That's a great Romulan vessel, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry, Klingon.
It's Klingon now.
Yeah.
Klingon now. Mm-hmm. See, that's what I'm saying. You know, they were saving money here. They just threw a net over some couple of what is it?
Well, it's a cargo ship, isn't it? So yeah.
Well, there's a history of Klingons and Romulans sharing technology, so at least makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys.
Yep.
You will be remembered with honor.
Yeah.
But you know too much. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Boom.
When I first saw this movie, it was the local cinema was doing a Star Trek special that day, so it was motion picture.
You saw it then.
Wrath of Khan, and then this.
Oh wow!
Bearing in mind, I was 15, and I'd never seen motion picture or number 2 at the cinema. So we were just fucking buzzing off this. Just incredible.
I saw it when it was released.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was great when it was released. I remember in the old days.
Yeah, so they did a special when it was released.
Yeah. But they used to give you brochures. They used to. I've still got the brochure because I don't know if you guys British people remembered that when you used to go to the cinema in the old days, they used to have brochures on top of the counters, and it was free. And I've still got mine from Star Trek 3.
And I always love these stories of you guys telling us about how you got to see this when it came out, because I didn't. And I always hear of one story I hear is that people would take cassette recorders to the movies and play it back.
Well, the going back on the story, the local cinema, the same cinema in Leeds, the ABC, it's not there anymore. When Star Trek 4 came out, they did the same thing. So we went again to see all the first 3 and then 4, and then they did it again with 5. So that was event cinema. It's just fantastic.
Hey, Brown, can you check the private chat here in just a second?
I can.
Okay. Thank you.
Because remember in the old days, they used to, so where I grew up, right, there were 2 crappy cinemas where I lived. So, and then there was like, you went down the West End and it was shown in proper Dolby and 35mm. So if we cared about the film, we would go to the West End first and watch it. And then if we wanted to watch it again, we'd go to the crappy cinemas around where we lived. So I remember seeing this twice in the West End. And then when I ran out of money, it was only 50p to go to the cinema. I would go in the cinema and watch in the crappy cinemas to watch it. So, yeah.
Okay, so the cargo ship has been destroyed.
Boom. I love when they blow up models. Brilliant.
Well, at least it's practical effects, which you don't really get nowadays, and I'll take it.
Yeah.
So he's going to feed the dog.
When he gets blasted.
Yeah.
Is that the fella at the ending?
No, the one at the end is John Larroquette. This is
right.
Forget his name.
That
I
was
think.
John Larroquette?
In the chats, Leeds, it's grim up north. It is. It is. Targ.
Is that his name?
I thought the other one was called Targ. He goes, say the wrong... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
this one, I forget his name.
No, Targ is the dog or whatever.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pig thing.
Yeah.
Right, folks. This is peak industrial light and magic.
Fantastic.
In terms of models, I don't think this has ever been beaten.
This is a glorious shot, and I can tell that you didn't get this from streaming on HBO last night, because you could still...
Hello?
You've dropped out. Hello?
It was pretty horrible to look at, but these are beautiful shots. These are amazing to look at.
They are, especially on the Blu-ray, just the level of detail is just incredible.
A gorgeous space stock.
It's really funny because I've said this in the past, right? Look at that big monitor they got in front of them. I'm pretty sure that my neighbour's monitor is bigger than that. Do you know what I mean? Height of technology, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, when we watched this on HBO last night, you could see like the little blocks and stuff of where they were doing the special effects. So I hadn't actually airbrushed that out, so it's like we got the VHS copies.
You could see the you could see the matte lines on especially when the Enterprise goes out of space. Yeah.
But that's just laziness on whatever channel showed it, because there is a better copy out there.
Enterprise, enjoy the ride and welcome home.
Yeah. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's what she said. Here goes super chat. Here we go. Matt G for $5. You will be remembered with honor. They also tell you that's at the Waffle House.
We don't have
Waffle House sucks.
Do we have Waffle House?
Do not recommend.
Nothing ever good happens when you're at the Waffle House.
No.
I'm assuming that's an American thing then, yes?
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah.
I've never been to one. It's always Denny's.
Denny's, I love Denny's.
It's worse than Denny's.
Yes.
As a Brit, I love Denny's.
Here you go, folks. Mephisto points this out. Any true Star Trek fan will notice this. The Galaxy class still manages to glide in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was a tractor beam pulling them in, wasn't it, from the station?
Yeah.
No, it was the same model, and yet the Galaxy class is, however, times bigger than the A model.
Well, by that time they loosened it. The space dock was loosened up at that point.
Yeah. And that's where they admire that ship, don't they? Yeah.
This is just properly good ILM. It looked great back then. It looks even better now.
And there's the battle damage that never existed in the last movie.
What were they thinking?
I still to this day, my one little pet peeve with this movie is them adding extra battle damage that never happened in the Wrath of Khan. Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost like they've added the battle damage to the is it the port side?
But that happened in Wrath of Khan.
The other side, if you watch the Wrath of Khan, the other side is exactly the Wrath of Khan damage. This side never happened. It was clean as a whistle at the end of Wrath of Khan on this side of the ship.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden they just decided to add extra damage.
Maybe when they were going through the what's that that color thing when they were zooming out, something happened. I don't know.
No, it's stuff that's been added and they didn't need to. In the chat, Tim's talk. Is this The Last Jedi? Yes.
Timmy.
Yes,
hey,
it
Timmy.
is.
It was Doug Trumbull's idea to have lights on the Enterprise, wasn't it? Outside, illuminating the sides and everything. So it was his idea. Because if you look at the original show, it never used to have light on the. You see the light on the side there.
Yeah.
Never used to have lights like that. Well, he wanted lights there so the model could be seen better.
Well, I suggested yesterday that it's the same model, but they've reversed the shot.
I don't know.
Now you'll notice.
Like mirrored the shot?
Yeah, they mirrored it, because apparently that's an old model trick, because what they do is one side of the model is usually very, very highly detailed. And what they do is they flip it. Yeah.
You'll see when they bring it in the other shot, though, you'll see it's the exact damage from Khan.
Yeah, is this what Jim's saying? Flopped. That's the
flip-flop.
Well, they used to do that in Battlestar Galactica a lot, didn't they? Because they was on a blue screen.
Yeah.
They used to play the same shots all the time, didn't they? So yeah.
Okay, so here we go. So Enterprise, Excelsior, and somewhere on the left, there's the original model of Discovery. Sorry, not Discovery. It was going to be the original model for Star Trek. Was the film in? Was it there going to be a film?
I was going to be a TV series.
No, there was going to be. I think there was going to be a film in 74, 75.
The TV series Phase 2.
Yeah.
No, before that. I forget the name of the film. Something of the gods.
Oh, In Thy Image, or
no. Chat, help me out. I'm dying on my ass. It was the kind of triangular Discovery model that we've got now. That was going to.
Is it in there?
Yeah. Was it Star Trek Planet of the Gods or Planet of the Titans or something? I can't remember. But anyway, yes. That's the old model in the left. So anyway.
Is that shot, the last shot, was that from the Blu-ray? That shot?
Yes.
You can still see the matte lines. Interesting.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, well,
still looks better than it did on HBO.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there.
Franco Walker, you're on your own at Mr. Brown. I know, mate. I know. Moving on.
Moving on.
There you go. Jim D. The Great Experiment.
Yeah, so they're all admiring the Celsius, aren't they?
Here you go. Take my Wi-Fi, please. Dry dock looks awesome here. It does. The Great Experiment.
The guy's trying to fix the air vent, isn't he? On the last the last shot.
Was it? She's supposed to have trans warp, and if my granny had wheels, something like that.
Yeah, wagon. Yeah. Look at that.
I do like it though.
I don't like the nacelles. I don't like the nacelles.
Heavy about it.
Heavy cruiser.
Yeah. And what's his name took over it, didn't he? Elder
Sulu.
Yeah.
Yes, and then the trans warp drive does come into play there.
You hear that? The trans warp drive.
Yes.
I knew you were going to say that.
Just saying.
Yeah, you can see the
Ian's
work
like, that's a
been done
nice
down
trans
below.
warp drive you got there.
So here you go. Trans warp, red flag there. Yeah. We live in a crazy world, folks. Full of crazy people.
We do indeed. And there he is getting excited about a trans warp drive. Oh my!
If I remember rightly, at the there is an audio recording of from Star Trek II where he was going to be the captain of the Excelsior in this film, but they
promoted in the last one. Yeah.
But they kept him on. But they kept him as They kept him as Enterprise crew.
They were going to make a series with him in charge of the, but then it all fell through.
Yeah. Because as we said before, this was a kind of a very, very organic trilogy, wasn't it? They were kind of making it up as they were going along, but it's a great trilogy, isn't it?
Terrific.
Yeah.
Yes, Harv even wanted at one point to actually move the crew to the Excelsior, but Gene Roddenberry lobbied very quickly to
because they have to have the Enterprise.
Right.
Grace Lee Whitney.
I didn't know Sean Connery was in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shakari. Yeah, Shakari. Yeah, Shakari.
So many times when I do my TOS reviews, I lament about the loss of Grace Lee Whitney from the show as Rand. So it's always wonderful to see her come back for the movies, even with just really small roles like this.
Yep.
Okay, so
there's the damage from Wrath of Khan. That's the damage side. Yep.
It's not a reverse model. Then they've actually put it on the other side.
Yeah, they added stuff to the other side for some reason. It doesn't make sense.
Why?
But why?
To give him extra reason to decommission in this movie, I guess.
Yep.
I mean, the only thing I could think of.
Maybe, yeah.
What a great shot!
It could be an explanation, really, but that doesn't spoil the movie at all for me.
No, not at all.
No.
Though she's like that bloody Kirk. He didn't like my beehive hairstyle in the past. He's not going to like what I'm going to say about the Enterprise.
Well, she obviously feels an emotional attachment to the ship and crew.
Of course she does. She left a beehive wig on deck 5.
No, she's a ginger. She has no soul. No.
Her soul was beamed out long ago.
While everybody's shocked about the Enterprise, those two in the background are talking about something completely different, aren't they? You can see them smiling in the background. Yeah. It's crazy.
They about to get laid, bro. They don't care.
Those two.
What are your pronouns?
Oh no.
Come check out these torpedoes.
24th century style. Blu-ray version, doesn't that look incredible?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
it's just beautiful.
That looks great.
Moving on.
That was a huge model though they built.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bloody huge and heavy.
I think you can only truly appreciate the detail of that if you see the 4K versions. It's just fantastic.
I've got the 4K version of it.
You could never really see that on VHS.
I've got a VHS.
Well, we're going to have to get the 4K version.
DVD.
It's already happening.
The Blu-ray and the 4K version. That's what I got. That's how much I like the film.
Well, somebody's bougie.
How to get them all.
Security alert.
Yeah. He's so over the top here when he goes into the room.
Obsessive behaviour towards Mr. Spock. Yeah.
Captain Spock.
I sealed the room myself.
The room myself.
Yeah.
I sealed the room myself. I got this wig on.
You could so tell that was a toupee. It was so bad.
Terrible, isn't it? Terrible.
I couldn't stop looking at it.
What did you say?
Like, oh my
Scotty's looking at it.
yeah.
See, he's like, "Oh my god, that toupee, dude!"
I can see the glue.
Well, actually, right there, he's speaking in Russian and he's saying, "I'm not crazy."
Yeah.
Is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
You said what, Jill? Sorry, you're not.
Well, he's speaking in Russian at that moment, and he's saying he's not crazy.
Right.
So there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And Scotty's still fixated on the glue.
I can see the join.
Not Brian in that toupee, the chin strap.
God. If they used that toupee in the NFL, there'd be a lot less head injuries.
Yeah, probably.
You tell me that's not what James Doohan was looking at. I mean, seriously.
Here you go, folks. Jim D. Enterprise, the motion picture 4K is stunning. Yeah, I spot new things. I think we need to cover that at some point.
Yeah, but apart from the beginning, because the beginning still got those horrible shots with the matte lines on them.
Yeah,
they didn't fix that, did they? They just left it in. So.
Yeah, I was gonna.
They're like, nobody will notice. It's just
when you go ooh-ah.
Yeah.
For films,
right.
I was gonna for motion picture 4K. I was gonna do ooh-ah. 35 gigabytes for the film. I just thought.
Yeah, to download. Yeah.
Forget that. 35 gigabyte file for a film. Unbelievable.
See, that's why it's so good to have physical media.
Yeah, physical media, folks. Physical media. We've got a new face. Jenny Talia at Mr. Brown Alliance asked me, how could Abrams think his garbage Apple Store aesthetic would look better than this?
Well, the thing is, though, with this version, you have different colors, you have shades of grey, and in the JJ one, everything's white. It's ridiculous.
With lens flares.
Yeah, super clean and sparkly.
That's rugby helmets they've got on. What's that all about?
They are so terrible.
Yeah, it is. With chin straps.
Yeah. Well, it just needs that little light at the top, and it'll be that Spock helmet toy.
Oh yeah.
They've just finished playing laser tag.
Yeah.
They didn't have that yet.
God, they look so stupid.
Here you go. Starfleet security looks so bad. Now, I don't know is he taking the piss or he likes them because he's going, yeah, they're bad.
Not as bad as Chekhov's costume as we go on in the film. You will see.
Here you go.
For real.
Pleasant Valley Picker. Wow, those red shirts look ready for business. They do.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just, as a Star Trek fan, just getting dressed up in the outfit with a phaser and getting paid to do that? It's like, fuck, I have arrived.
Oh my gosh, Brown, you gotta highlight the Time Prophets comment.
What's he say?
This one. Oh, hold on.
Oh no.
That one?
Yeah. It's kind of true.
It's kind of true.
Oh no.
Apart from he's got hair.
So when he goes in there, when Captain Kirk goes in there, he acts so over the top. It's so funny.
Yeah.
No, I don't care. It's
when
listen,
he grabs,
listen, guys, don't listen. Everybody in the chat, don't listen to Mega Geek. This is peak. I'm pulling rank here. I'm pulling rank here. This is peak Shatner. Yeah, you will never see Shatner as good as he is in this film, because from this moment onwards, it's going to be Nimoy.
Remember.
Yeah.
Climb the steps of Mount Soleil.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Shatner was always over the top. So I mean, you learn to expect it from him, but it makes him who he is as Captain Kirk.
Why would you call your son DeForest?
Well, that was his middle name. His first name was Jackson, I think.
All right.
Jackson DeForest Kelly, I think.
I think it was his. Would it have been his birthday a couple of days ago?
Yeah,
Kelly.
I think so.
A lot of people called him D.
Yeah, D.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy
What up,
birthday.
D?
That's Leonard's on Vulcan. That's what he says.
I
They
think.
look like they're gonna kiss in that shot, Brown.
Oh god.
I think. No, you're just a perv.
Oh, come on!
His mouth is opened up.
Stop spoiling it.
He's looking him in the eye.
Rennie, stop spoiling it. You're upsetting your husband. Stop spoiling it.
Yeah.
Insert here.
What are you doing?
That's why he's going down right now.
Yeah.
You're spoiling it too.
He's going down. I can't.
He's going in. He's going in.
Deck 5, please.
This is Star Trek 3. You're supposed to take it seriously, guys. This is Star Trek 3.
Okay, sorry.
We're going to get booted off in a minute.
Rude.
Here you go. Yes, very rude. Here you go. Tim, I like saying this, Hannibal. Shatner was, same age as me. Jesus.
54. Wow. He looks
His
good.
hair
For
was only
54.
He's aged very well.
Yeah.
I haven't. It's amazing what a good foundation can do.
And a wig.
Moving on. And a tooth.
And professional help, know.
Mm-hmm.
Franco, I'm not even going to... Franco, time out for you. Franco.
I love it.
Franco, pack it in. Get the medics. Get the medics.
And Spock makes 3.
This is Spock's apartment, isn't it?
Cabin.
Yes, it was his
But
quarters.
would it be a foursome? Would it be a foursome because it's Kirk, McCoy, or a threesome because Spock is sort of there but not there?
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Well, while they're
It's
at
a
it,
2.5.
Maybe they could get the security guards involved as well.
Look at this diversity.
Buy 2 get 1 free.
Diversity and its height. Look at that. Diversity.
Diversity and, more importantly, a representation.
Exactly.
Well, it's
representation.
But it's not forced diversity. It's
it's
just
not.
flowing naturally in how the director or the casting director wanted to do it, instead of like, oh, we've got to include this, and this person in order to make it fair. This was just a natural thing back in the day.
Well, it was Gene Roddenberry's vision of the future, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That every race, came together, and it didn't matter what color skin you had, or so that was his vision, and it's good because all the Star Trek movies kept that vision connected, and solidified. So
Scotty looks pregnant right there.
He does, doesn't he? But he always looked pregnant, though. Let's face it.
That's true.
Here you go, Edge of Time. Hello, Edge. Star Trek is serious business. It is. And these people are spoiling it. So
haters gonna hate.
Yeah, so this is where we kind of find out that Enterprise is going to be no more.
It's going to be decommissioned.
Yeah.
Yes, but they make a mistake. They say that it's only been around for 20 years when it's been 40.
Yeah,
because obviously the Pike stuff. Yes.
Yeah, it's true. Well, mistakes do happen.
Scotty wanted to supervise refits, and
then
that's not
refit
because you'll be needed on the Excelsior.
Captain of engineering.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Do you like my moustache?"
he's like, "Uhura will come up to my place for a mustache."
Is this where Kirk says, "I wanted to take the Enterprise back to Genesis," and then he's just saying,
it's
become a hotbed."
Yeah. It's been quarantined.
Topic's been quarantined.
Yeah.
Here you go, Franco. The refit is 20 years old.
Not really. Because 2271 was the motion picture, and this is 2285, so it would only be 14.
Oh, dang.
Close.
Go PCAT.
Here you go, folks. Hostman Socrates. Please subscribe to Appion, give the guy a sub. He's nearly at 1,000. He's getting there.
It's good stuff.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Congrats.
So was that last push? It's
The thing I like about Star Trek is that it doesn't try to push the action. It basically goes on its own speed and it tells the story pretty well, and it just moves at its own speed. And when the action comes, it comes thick and fast. And when the thrilling moments come, it's done with humility. You know, unlike today's version of Star Trek and the Star Wars movies and stuff, it's like they just put action in because they want to put it in just in case the audience gets bored. But this
dazzle the eyes.
Yeah, that's a really good point, because one of the things that shocked me is when we had to take a dunny break or a bathroom break midway through.
Toilet for everybody else who's not.
Yeah. I pressed
Universal
pause, and it was already halfway through, you know, and it was, and I thought, wow, we're halfway through already, and it just moves so well. The pacing of it is just incredible.
I couldn't believe that much time had passed.
Jill?
Sorry, you're at the no, that's okay. It just you're at the climax before you even know it.
Yeah, and also
she said
it's very grown up Star Trek. I always see Star Trek as the grown up version of sci-fi, because it talks about humanity and it talks about friendship and all those things that make humans
and peace,
glow. Yeah. So it's I have a lot
come
of respect
in peace, shoot to kill.
I have a lot of respect.
Phasers to stun.
This film is 1 hour 45 minutes, and yet it seems like a 45-minute episode. It's just so on the money.
Yes,
and it passes by fast.
It's just every time I watch this film. Sorry, Jill.
That's okay. And what you say about friendship, that's the theme of this movie. Still in the Enterprise to save, to go get Spock's body to put him back together.
Yeah.
And that's the last thing you want to do for your friend.
Well, they didn't know at the time that he was alive.
Right. He thinks he's going to go get a dead body.
He's just going to get the dead body, yeah.
Because here's my question for all you guys.
For his eternal soul.
So I have a question to ponder. If the Genesis planet didn't rejuvenate Spock, then there's no way they're going to put the Katra in the body, because the body would have been radiation burned and dead, and there's no way you're bringing that body back.
Again, they didn't know.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it lucked out, I guess, technically, for the in-universe story.
I think the idea is that you reunite the Katra even though the body is dead, and it is at peace somehow.
Yeah. I think it was a spiritual thing, wasn't it? It wasn't about bringing him back from the dead. It was something to do with their religion, and it was a spiritual thing that makes him go on to the next level or whatever it was.
Yes,
so there wasn't expecting him to come back and be alive again. It just needed.
Yeah, see, I saw it as afterlife.
Yeah, to complete their kind of religion, their belief thing. That's why his father was so angry, obviously. So, but yeah.
Here you go, Franco Walker. There's Klingons on the starboard bow, starboard bow.
We come in peace, so shoot to kill.
Shoot to kill, shoot to kill. That's a great song. That is the first Star Trek.
I find this Katra transfer thing a very special thing, because it kind of reminds me about Mexican culture, where you have the first death of your body and the second death occurs when nobody remembers you anymore. So it's a unique way. Where if a Vulcan is lucky enough to know they're about to die, to make sure at least one person will never forget them.
Yeah.
For as long as they live.
As I said, it's very grown up, isn't it? Star Trek. So they couldn't get Carol Marcus back, so they had to get Kirk to do this bit.
I know this. I'm going to stick my neck out here. This film, for me, is very, very close to being a masterpiece.
Masterpiece.
Yeah, a masterpiece.
Who's the master?
Without a doubt, I reckon.
But
Boot.
Boot. What are we, Canadian? Just kidding.
If they'd have just spent an extra $10, It'd have been a masterpiece.
I think the thing was that they were going to use that. They were going to use the clip that they had in. But I think the woman that played Carol Marcus's agent had a problem, so they just got this. They had to do it again. So there you go. So I think it was a last moment thing. So
obviously, going back to they should have spent an extra $10. Obviously, there is a very, very big elephant in the room, but we'll get to that in a bit. So Genesis plans, ultimate weapon. Was it children playing at your feet?
Yeah. Federation flag.
Fluttering in the breeze.
Yeah. Brilliant. And so when you see that planet being created, that was one of the very first CGI done in Wrath of Khan. So,
Ego Hossman says, Mr. Brown, forgive my ignorance on Star Trek, but isn't Kirk supposed to be a bit of a womanizer, or is he just super straight-laced?
No, when he was younger, he used to be. When he was in the first series, he used to be. But obviously, he's a man of age now, so he treads carefully.
Okay, so we're getting.
He was kind of like the space James Bond, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
He used to spread his space seed about. That's a.
Do you think there's a half Kirk, half Gorn out there?
That's a thinking man's Star Trek joke. Okay, so we're going to get treated to the first ever proper CGI in a movie from number 2.
ILM did it.
Oh, here you go. Yeah, Pixar shot. Yeah.
He's not happy.
What does he say? He says, speak to this of nobody.
No one, yeah. He says that. Yes, not even.
Hey, Teresa.
Not even Marty, he says. Yeah. This is funny. The captain is such a douchebag, isn't he? In this one, isn't he? Let's face it. He's such a douche.
What's his name? Captain.
So what was that?
Jill. Go on, Jill.
Esteban.
Esteban. Yeah.
He's too careful. Yeah.
Right. I think we need to speed up, or we're going to be here for 10 hours.
I'm okay with that.
I did like Robin Curtis, but I prefer
Elephant in the room, folks. Elephant in the room.
But she's lovely as well, you know.
Yeah, but it was. I think Kirstie Alley was a better Saavik.
Yeah, she was. She was. Yeah, she was.
Well,
but she wasn't worth the money.
Jill?
Well, apparently, right. She wanted more money, didn't she?
Should have just paid her.
Right. But so Mark Leonard says that Nimoy was the defining Vulcan, and Gene Roddenberry considers Nimoy to be the co-creator of the Vulcan. So with Wrath of Khan, it was Nicholas Meyer and Kirstie Alley that made Saavik, kind of, even though it wasn't in the film, she was kind of conceived as half Romulan. But in A Search for Spock, Saavik is conceptualized by Leonard Nimoy and Robin Curtis. So here we get the full-blooded Saavik, Vulcan Saavik.
Yeah.
But you can't unsee Kirstie Alley.
But still, I mean, it's a minor thing. They didn't spoil my enjoyment. I remember watching it first.
Takes me out of it every time.
Oh, really? I was thinking, Kirstie Alley, but then I got used to her.
The late and great Kirstie Alley, just.
Let's just use the same
top draw.
The same set.
She was still gorgeous in her 70s.
Kirstie,
yeah. Sorry, Ian.
I'll just say rest in peace, Kirstie Alley, because she was fantastic.
She was great in Cheers.
Oh yeah.
And another. Oh right, and I loved her in Look Who's Talking.
Yeah, she was good in the first two.
That's all I saw anyway.
Okay, so this is where they're doing.
Was crazy.
So this is where they're just doing all the scanning
the planet
Genesis, getting data, and they're going through the kind of weather regions, aren't they?
Yeah. What the hell is he wearing?
The bots are in.
I'm not in the chat.
I got it, Brown.
I normally crush those.
Just take a note of the address before you delete, please.
Sector 1, temperature.
Thank you, Time Prophet, for smashing
Sector
this
2,
box.
it's really warm. Sector 3, it looks green. Subtropical.
Okay. Hey, would you blow me? Mr. Brown, could you please read this out in Shatner's voice? No. Who's loving the Atari graphics? I am.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome.
I had an Atari, or my parents had an Atari when I was really little.
Oh, Atari.
I had a
amazing.
Commodore 64, mate. That's what I had.
I always love when we're at station describing the planet.
Mm-hmm. She has a go at him for being human here. He should have just slapped
like your
her
father,
ears, mate.
Just like your father.
She should have slapped her ears. Do you know what? The what you call it?
Data.
The Vulcans are so arrogant, aren't they? They really are. Don't you understand? You're being rude to this human being. You stupid.
Time Prophet. No way was that Atari. Yes, it was, mate. Sorry. All right, moving on.
So it doesn't explain what happened to his mum, does it?
Nope.
No, they don't.
Like she never existed.
Metallic mass, 2 meters long, cylindrical.
You see, the captain normally goes down, don't they?
I'm sorry?
The captain normally goes down to the planet if there's something wrong. But this guy was so useless, wasn't he? The captain of this ship.
Yeah.
He was so rubbish.
Captain douchebag.
Yeah, being useless kind of saves everybody's life in the end there.
Yeah.
You kind of half expect him to say,
Except
I don't
for,
know,
you know,
guys,
his
what do you
ship.
think we should do here?
Yeah. I was expecting him to say that as well.
So this is where they found the messaging, voice communicating with Starfleet. We found the torpedo of Spock. And then this is where they're wanting to go down on the planet, Rennie. Pack it in. We'll take the risk.
Let's go down on the planet.
We'll take the risk.
Nice planet. He looks like he just grabbed himself. Sorry.
Yeah.
He does.
And she's
But they
the
do go
aftermath.
down
She's
there,
like,
don't
oof.
Savick takes me out of it every time. No disrespect to the actor. Just
I don't know. I think she looks quite cute.
Didn't they just give her the
Because
money?
what's her name didn't want to do it, and the agent was a real arse. So
The agent asked for more money than DeForest Kelly was going to make. So if that is the case, there's no way you're giving her the same amount of money as DeForest Kelly.
Robin Curtis,
yeah,
she's quite cute without those ears and the eyebrows. Have you seen her real?
Surely they could have just sorted it out.
I would have won fire with her anytime. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
The teenage boy was getting it on, wasn't he? Jill?
Yes, she makes a fine Vulcan, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, she was all right. I think she was okay.
Nimoy's direction.
Yeah.
Here you go, Jim D. Rest in peace, Merrick Buttrick, also in TNG.
Oh yeah, shame.
Yep.
What is Captain Kirk wearing here? It's like a gym suit
like
or something.
A lounge.
Yeah,
lounge
weird.
Hostman says that
glasses.
Mr. Brown Alliance asked me, is it just me or does she look like, I think this is for you, Rennie, Arwen from what's LOTR?
Lord
what's
of the
that?
Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. And no, she does not. Liv Tyler looks much more cute than she does, in my opinion.
Eyeball for a ring?
Yeah, look at that ring.
PCAT, you're a fan of Lord of the Rings?
Yes, big fan. It's the greatest thing that was ever made in history.
Oh, really?
Moving on.
That would be negative.
Nice.
I bet we would love Rings of Power.
Look at Uhura's ring. Look at Uhura's ring.
It's like an eyeball.
What the hell?
Yeah.
It's like a tit. Anyway.
I was going to say a nipple. Yeah.
It looks like
tit.
It looks like
that's why Shatner's staring at it.
It looks
He's
like a cherry bun.
It does a bit,
yeah.
Test tubes for glasses.
Mm.
There you go, Bijou. Campari. Yes.
Well, that's the reason why Kirk's
Jacob
upset.
is wearing a tracksuit, yeah.
Because Sulu's standing right next to him, and he hates Sulu. So there you go. Hates him.
Is this way of saying we can't get an answer about the Enterprise?
Yeah. To go out and see Spock and get Spock's body back, blah, blah, blah. And then Luke Skywalker turns up.
Jake Skywalker turns up, everybody. Jake Skywalker.
Yeah.
That's an insult to Sarek.
Yes.
I know. Mark Leonard. I think everybody was on top of their game in this film. It's just peak everything.
He was a great Sarek.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we kind of realised just how good at the time this film was.
I did like Ben Cross as him, though. Ben Cross did a good job in the JJ version.
Yeah, he did pretty decently.
Yeah.
Obviously, this film followed in the footsteps in the shadow of Star Trek 2. So I think
that's a sequel.
I think we were all still a little bit blinded by just how good Star Trek 2 was.
But what really amazes me about Star Trek, even though the sets don't look very good at all, in fact, they look very bland. And even though the suits they're wearing, especially Chekhov's stupid pink baby suit, it still moved me, and it's still a great movie. Do you know what I mean? It's just
here you go, folks. Bishop Moore, Darth Lord Chord. Yeah, that's Lord Chord. Yeah.
It's Ben.
Yeah, Chekhov is wearing salmon.
Yeah.
That's pink.
It's not pink, it's salmon.
Salmon. This is peak.
This is like, oh, you're screwed. So we'll leave you to it then, Kirk. Bye, Jim. See you later.
Good luck.
Peace.
Yeah, good luck. Because they were talking about McCoy as well, weren't they, when they were doing that salute? That's how's Dr. McCoy and
absent
recovering
friends
and stuff. Yeah.
Is this where Spock would have not asked you
openly? Yeah.
Openly, yeah.
He's trying to make him understand the religion of Vulcan and their ways and stuff. Obviously, it's not.
But doesn't he
fault.
think that? But doesn't he think that Kirk has the Katra at first?
He does,
too?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Kirk doesn't really understand all of Vulcan culture, despite being practically brothers with Spock.
Yeah. Well, why should he anyway?
Well, because Vulcans keep it pretty close to their chest. They're very personal with their rituals.
They're arrogant. That's what they are. The Vulcans are very arrogant race.
Well, we were just talking about this like last night, the hubby and I, and they went from being overly emotional people to pulling the emotions back to the point that they come off either angry or arrogant sometimes, especially Sarek. At times. And so, I think that's what it is. It's like, well, I refuse to show emotion, so I'm just going to act like you're beneath me. And, maybe that's not the intent, but that's how it comes off.
Exactly. That's exactly why they have to control their emotions, because they can get not just aggressive, but extremely violent. And in the original concept for the script, Howard Bennett actually wanted young Spock, Proto Spock, to end up killing people because he wasn't suppressing his emotions.
Yeah. But in Enterprise, they actually say that the Vulcans did look down on humans. Mm-hmm. There was mentioned hundreds of times, especially when it came to Savak and not Savak. What's her name in it?
Sarek?
So no, who played the Vulcan? T'Pol, yeah. So she actually said that they think humans are beneath them.
And that's the difference with Sarek. He's married to a human, so he understands humans better. But
there's one. I can't remember which episode it was in. They said that he married her for an experiment.
In Journey to Babel, Spock asked, "Why did you marry her then?"
Yeah. But he grew to
But
love her.
didn't he admit later that he loved her?
Yeah, he grew to love her.
Yeah.
He grew to love her. So, yeah.
This is the Vulcan mind meld scene.
Well directed, I might add, by Leonard Nimoy. Really well directed scene. Well, he knew what he was doing. Old Nimoy.
This is a great scene. Again, we're just getting treated with scene after scene of peak
Ship
Shatner.
out of danger. Yeah.
Obviously, we've got the Vulcan. Woohoo! There you go, folks. Just suck it in, folks. Just suck it in. This is... Anybody who says Shatner cannot act is wrong. Just suck it in.
Of course, he can act. Yeah.
He almost worked his way out of that paper bag in this one.
This is called acting, folks. No.
Let them die.
Let's go. The needs of the one outweigh the needs
of the few.
And then he goes, Spock, no. Here you go, Jim D. I'm going to start crying in a minute. Jim D, Spock. This is good shit. Then he goes, forgive me. You haven't got it.
All that he was is lost. He would have found a way.
Jill, do you like this scene?
Yes, absolutely. I love this scene. Hold on just a moment. Yes.
Do your kids like this scene? Yes.
And always shall be your friend. Live long and prosper. Yeah.
Oh. It's
Such
still
a
such a
sad
good
scene.
line.
Yeah.
Just a great scene. Very, very touching. You can just feel the loss from.
Didn't have any digital in those days because when they scroll the movie back in the beginning scene, you could see all the hair on the film and stuff. Can't you?
Yeah.
When I found out. Yeah,
I
when
do
found
like.
out it was...
I like this scene because it shows just how much Kirk doesn't understand about Vulcans and how even though he just saw McCoy speaking with Nimoy's voice and asking to go home to Vulcan, it takes Kirk a while to realize, to put everything together, to put the pieces together. Just from that, he knows there's something. So he just says, there's got to be a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyrone, you like this scene?
Yeah, man, absolutely. This really does set up for those last couple of scenes in the film. This moment between Kirk and Sarek, and then with Sarek and Kirk, and Spock walking away like that. These two moments are like just so perfectly balanced counterpoints. It's crazy.
Well said.
Yes, well said.
Thank you.
Because he would have found another way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think like when you guys were touching on when you guys were touching on him not getting the fact that McCoy had Spock's Katra, you know, he might have thought, well, maybe he's just going crazy because, you know, the three of them were so close that maybe he just thought, okay, well, McCoy's just grieving really oddly and it's affecting him mentally. You know, that's where my head went on that.
And that makes sense, except for when he does a perfect impression of Leonard Nimoy, when he says,
yeah,
remember.
True.
But that is a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go, folks. Hostman says, how homoerotic? Mr. Brown Alliance? No. Is the simple answer to that? No.
Is he calling you homoerotic or the scene?
Probably. I've been cold worse.
You guys just have to put up with this on the occasional stream. I live with it now.
Well,
Yeah, it's every time Rennie turns up. Yeah.
Men can be close and it not have anything to do with that.
That's
Thank
right.
you, Jill. Just dirty minds. Hostman, dirty mind. Okay, so obviously these are the clips from Star Trek 2.
Yes.
These were the clips that were putting these were extra shots after the test screenings, if I can say my words, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
They remember.
Repeat and augment.
Yeah. Remember. There you go.
And they have digital in those days.
Probably one of the most famous reshoots ever, probably. Here you go. See Jim D.
Mm-hmm.
Secret of Comedy. As I was saying it, reshoots. Incredible.
Yeah.
Secret of Comedy. And this is where it says it's obviously McCoy.
What's it? One dead, one alive, or something like that. He says, I can't remember.
Both in pain. Yeah.
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 That's a good line.
Meanwhile, back on planet Genesis.
Studio A. Yeah.
The grissom.
That's an ugly looking ship, isn't it? Bloody hell.
Yeah, it's the shot looks great, but the ship is there.
Yeah. It's
It's
cheesy. Yeah. Fugly ship.
Captain Idiot.
Yeah. Captain Douche.
Captain Douchebag.
Captain DD.
Jim D. Sagan class vessel. Did you see what I did there? Probably Carl Sagan.
Yes.
Oh, Sagan class. Yes, I love Sagan.
Wessel. Okay.
I think Sagan would have made a better captain than Esteban.
So Spock ran off then.
Yep.
Oh, he probably crawled off.
Yeah.
But he also folded his burial robes.
He did. Ran
Yeah.
off
He
naked.
was a tidy little baby.
Running around naked.
Time Prophet in the chat. I kind of get the feeling that if I look at that, I'm going to be corrected. So if I'm wrong, Time Prophet, I'm wrong. I do apologise. I will jump out the window later. Thank you.
I'll tell you, the designs are terrible. The costumes and the clothes, they're not very good, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those little things are so gross.
You know what that reminds me of? The episode from the 60s.
Kippers.
The pancake used to fly on your back.
Oh yeah, Operation
Yeah,
Annihilate.
Oh.
When I was a kid, that
Ugh.
terrified me.
Yeah, look like
those
fried
pancake
eggs.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where Kirk's brother dies.
Yep, Sam.
Yeah, they're all like
Uh,
gooey.
In the chat, Nolan Void. Very good.
They are
US
gross. We're staying on
Grissom is seriously fugly. I didn't miss it until Doc Brown, no relation, vaporized it.
Yeah.
Nice.
It is an ugly looking ship, let's face it. Very ugly.
Hostman is asking the tough questions. Spock and Kirk have the big gay. I thought it was supposed to be a Data and Picard. Yeah, Data.
No, they don't. Cock and Spock doesn't have the big gay.
Yeah, Data and Picard. I love you.
They're like
Data.
brothers.
Yeah, but yes, they do love each other, but it's like
As brothers.
Brothers,
Yeah.
yes, brothers.
Yeah.
But Data,
anybody's-
I love you, Data.
Yeah.
Picard, what an idiot. Yeah.
I love you.
Oh, that
Data.
I didn't know what you were talking about until you said that, because in Next Generation he wasn't that upset when he thought that Data was dead. He was just like,
That's
moving
right.
on. Who are we
Yeah.
going to replace?
Moving
him with?
on. Moving on.
because this generation's so crazy.
There you go, both robots now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, as a Star Trek fan, utter dog shit. And if anybody says it isn't, then they haven't a fucking clue what they're on about. I love you, Data.
Data. What a load of bollocks. Anyway, moving on.
Utter garbage. Utter shite. They should be ashamed of themselves.
I really don't see how it could possibly get better.
No, it can't get any better.
No. Jill, will you be watching PCAT season 3?
Well, I have a friend who wants to talk about it, so I will talk about it with him on his channel. The Phantasmagorium with Studio 37. But yes, that's the only reason I'm going to watch it. But if you're not reviewing it, I recommend don't even bother.
Not going to watch it.
Doesn't deserve your subscription.
No. I don't care.
Negative.
Yep. I'd rather watch stuff I enjoy.
Paint dry. I'd rather watch paint dry.
Oh, you should do that.
I never thought I would ever hear myself say that I don't ever want to watch 7 of 9 in a TV show. But there you go. Sorry, Jerry Ryan.
Jerry Ryan.
Watching that.
Now she's gay.
54, still got it.
Now she's gay.
Smoking.
She's gorgeous, but yeah, that's
Still
not 7 of 9 anymore.
No, it's not.
No.
It's a different universe. Different universe.
She's not even Annika.
Ooh, funny boots.
Those creatures do look. Those microbes do look.
Oh no! Please don't let him fly in your back. Has he got a Walkman there? It looks like a Walkman, doesn't it?
It does.
Sony, probably.
Sony Walkman. They brought them back now. I've seen it. Sony, the new Sony Walkmans.
Yeah, I've had one. I had a Discman.
I had a Discman. Okay.
It was like the CD version of the Walkman. No.
I wonder what it says on that robe. That's
Spock is alive. No, just kidding.
Here you go, Billy Bob. Watching paint can be interesting. There's a few points where some of it dries faster, and you get
some fun shapes. Yeah, you're right. Actually, you're right.
Still better than Discovery and PCAT, though.
Yep.
So he turned into a baby, grew up. Instead of taking the robe with him to make sure he was warm, he ran off naked.
Yeah, exactly.
Clever thing to do, is it? Really?
No, he would have been very, very young, though, wouldn't he? And not realised.
Well,
it's weird because he didn't have language skills. He didn't have, he didn't really have any self-awareness or anything like that. Yet he knows how to fold up a robe and put it back. That was one of my little criticisms.
And then he can cry that he's cold, or
Tidy baby.
Is this Admiral? Is it? Why am I thinking Morrow? Morrow?
Yeah.
Yes.
Kevin Hooks.
He's trying. Yeah, he's trying to get the Enterprise to go back to get.
Yeah, one of my favourite lines in this scene. The word, sir. Carry on, guys. The word is no. Therefore, I'm going anyway.
I think they're talking about if they're trying to save Spock's eternal soul, and it's his, as if
no. He's asking him whether he can go to the neutral zone to and he's saying no.
Out of the question.
And you can't take the Enterprise, blah blah blah. And he's saying, "Well, I had to try." That's what. This is what the scene's.
Of course, you do. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, and he says that his career stands for rationality and not intellectual chaos.
Yeah. You see, look, if you look at the sets, they're so awful. You got curtain over there. Do you know what I mean? A purple curtain. What's that?
It still looks all right.
It looks rubbish.
It doesn't.
Yeah, but you know what? The movie actually, I feel like this movie relies on good script and good acting.
Yes,
it does.
Because the rest of it just doesn't matter after a while.
Thank you, Rennie. Thank you.
It does, but
It never stopped Ian watching Doctor Who.
No, they never gave them the right budget because they were using the sets that they were using from TV shows and stuff like that. So even though Paramount knew that Star Trek was a cash cow for them, they still didn't give them the right amount of money to make the movies, which is a shame, really.
And yet all the new trash Trek, they just throw shitloads of money at it.
Yeah. So do you get bears with straws in the future? It looks like a lager with a straw in it.
Stop spoiling it.
Nice.
Is this where he's saying your career stands for rationality or something?
And Kirk's going,
I think that's
I'm gonna just steal it anyway.
Yeah, well, clearly Morrow did not read any of his captain's logs.
Yeah.
Here you go. I'll do it. I'll put this on again. Jim D. The word, sir.
Word, sir. The word is no. Therefore, I'm going anyway. Brilliant. Like, I know we got the salmon. The salmon suit's coming.
Oh my god.
Leather
salmon. Salmon. That's pink for everybody, by the way.
Pink. I love this scene. So funny. So funny. When I was in the cinema, I was killing myself laughing. So funny.
There you go. Video games, planes, holograms.
On your planet, welcome.
Well, it's fun.
Welcome.
We should be close. We should be close to this kind of hologram soon.
Yeah, and we haven't got flying cars yet, so it's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you go. Isaac Long Blackcock. I heard the old dad from Nobody was in this movie. Yep.
He is, yeah.
Jim D. Ooh, chat moved up. Sorry, guys. I am, therefore, going anyway.
Yeah.
Tribbles.
Tribbles. No. The Tribbles.
Nice outfit.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Do you want some top
Long time
trivia?
no see, Dark.
Who wants some top trivia?
Go on in.
You know that is, don't you?
Is that Rennie in disguise? Rennie.
Is that Rennie in disguise?
Old God.
It's a man, baby.
I was gonna say Brown.
You only act it.
Sure.
Is it someone famous, Brown?
Yeah.
Superman is a clue. No.
That does not look like
Reeves in drag.
Dean Cain. Superman.
Dean Cain.
Was it Superman and Lois? No, not Superman and Lois. Which were the New
Lois
Adventures
and
of?
Clark?
Yeah, that's it. That's
That's not Terry Hatcher.
No.
That's no. That's Dean Cain's mummy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, wow.
I thought that was top trivia, but I was wrong. Moving on.
Levis cravat.
That's not your usual poison.
No.
If one were order poison, not logical.
Yeah.
Yeah, lava lamp, brilliant.
Yeah, fantastic. That's what I'm saying. It's so bad. The set designs in this film is so bad. It's ridiculous.
Tim, I like saying this, Hannah Bomb. The future is so trashy. Still better than Discovery, though.
This guy's great.
That's a really low bar, though.
How could he be deaf with ears like that?
Yeah, that was so great.
Genesis
To your planet, welcome.
I tell you what's really good in this scene is when the
It's the lava
detective
lamp.
tells him to be quiet and he shows him his badge. I
Yeah.
think that's such
Yeah, we'll
a
get to
cool
that. Yeah,
badge, isn't it?
Yeah.
So cool.
He's trying to hire a ship, Bones, so he can go to Genesis.
But it's
Money
planet
I
within.
name and all that, you know. So he's trying to money I got and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Genesis.
Federation
Oh,
Squad.
bugger, no.
Time Prophet. It looks like Mark Leonard in a mask. Yeah, it does a bit. Chat's moving very fast tonight. Side wire flame. Genesis. We're not talking about the pop group. Yeah.
You do have an incredible chat.
Mm. We're nothing without the chat. It's true.
Genesis may be
How
forbidden,
can you
but
be
I'm going
deaf
to.
with ears like that?
How could you be deaf with ears like that?
I love that.
The colour palette of that is fantastic. Of that frame.
Money I've got, place I name.
So many nice complementary colours.
No.
I like that. Yeah, bargain, no.
And then the
look at how cool this badge is. If you've got a picture of
I wanted that as a kid too.
So did I.
Yep.
So did I.
I'm going to say representation done very, very well, folks. Here we go.
Yeah.
And diversity. Yes.
Yeah.
Federation security.
Lando Calrissian's brother.
Here you go, Tim. I like saying this. Bob. Best chat. It is.
Yeah.
Loving the afros in this. Fantastic. Where's the bad shot? Where's the... Hey, look at that. I want one of them. I want one of them.
That says Mega Geek in
yes,
LEDs.
Right. Absolutely. I want one
the
of them.
digital readout. Mega Geek.
So, as I said, going back to the colour palette, it is just beautiful, this shot. Apion says the red overlay on the faces is cool, especially with the kind of blue background. It's just fantastic.
So if you look at this shot...
Lots of colour theory, folks.
So if you look at this shot, like goes, let's have a look at the shot. It's blank in the background. Let's just put a plant. Somebody get me a plant. Just put it in the background.
You're wrong. Deal with it. You're wrong.
Plastic plant too.
Yeah. So funny.
I love that.
And then he used the same plant there on the reverse shot.
Yeah.
Didn't have anything. So,
You're gonna have a nice long rest, Doctor.
Yeah. Brilliant.
That was one of my funniest moments in the movie when he goes in for the neck pinch and then he has to readjust it. He's like, "Why isn't this working?" You just crack up.
Yeah.
Right. He has Spock's Katra. He has the spirit, but he still can't do it. So maybe it's because he doesn't have enough strength.
The strength, yeah.
Well, that's how you do. That's how you do humor the proper way. It's not shoehorned in. It's not forced in. It's not
timing.
Doesn't make you roll your
timing.
eyes. Perfect. It's perfect.
Especially that bit where Kirk goes in and he goes, "How many fingers am I holding up?" That was so funny.
I love that cactus and snow.
Oh, what a match shot! Fantastic match shot. Brilliant.
Looks great on the 4K.
Nothing like a bunch of white covered phallic symbols.
Yeah, well.
Oh yeah, they blew theirs.
No, they look like cacti to me, Rennie.
Wouldn't be allowed today.
Dirty mind.
I know that's the explanation. I'm just saying.
He's got his. Look at that bag. Look how big that bag is.
Yeah, it's
Damn. Well, typical women don't change even in the future.
Oh, step back, man, step back.
Easy PCAT.
Hey, that's her science officer equipment. Everything in there is important.
Yes,
absolutely.
There's the hairdryer and the rollers.
Oh no!
Sorry.
No.
Like I'm constantly amazed at how much stuff Rennie can fit into her handbag. Last night I was just like, "Can you just pass me a pencil?" There's one thing you don't have in there is a pencil, and I'm like, "Okay, all right, no pen, no pencil, nothing."
Whatever.
There you go. Suzanne says, "Ouch." Yes.
Do you know what? Women's bags are like the TARDIS. I'm telling you, I'm so surprised how much stuff is in like a tiny little bag when they just.
Yeah, I stuff as much as I can into a small one. I don't want to carry around a tote bag. I refuse to do that.
No, because if
you saw Ian, mine's
people start handing. If you're with people, they start handing you things like you're supposed to carry everybody else's stuff. So if you keep a smaller one, they can't use you like that.
Here you go, folks. Mr. Angel, exactly. I almost choked on my popcorn from laughter from that Vulcan neck pinch scene when I was watching it at the cinema. And then, you know what the secret of comedy is, don't you? Timing.
Look, what's his name? And what you call it? Kirk's son's not being a gentleman. He's not carrying the woman's bag, letting the woman carry it for herself.
Yeah, but equality's done right.
It's okay. He makes up for it later.
He does, doesn't
And
he?
she's stronger.
Stabbed.
She's stronger than him anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she is
she
a
is.
Vulcan.
Yeah,
So.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. Captain Douche.
Yeah.
Douchebag here. How can I help you?
Oh, I love this scene. Don't call me Tiny.
Well, that would have been nice if he said, "How can I help you?" He says, "What the hell is going on down there?"
Yeah,
I know.
What the hell is going on down there?
Yeah, Captain Douche. Anyway.
Yes, old friend. I hear he's fruity as a whatever nut cake, something like that.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of politically incorrect comments here, like the nut house or the loopy bin or whatever, and it's great. I love it.
But they all treat it like it's he's saying a bad thing. Do you know what I mean? It's out of place. Yeah. So that's quite good. Obviously, he wanted to rile them up so he can have a big fight.
Exactly.
Look
exactly.
At the collar on that jacket.
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? Isn't that fly away with that?
How many
That's
fingers
not very damn funny.
Holding up.
Your sense of humor's come back.
Back, yeah.
The hell it
You're
is.
suffering from a Vulcan mind meld, Doctor.
Oh, his retort is great.
It's great.
His revenge for all those.
That green son of a bitch.
Yeah.
It's his revenge for all those arguments he lost. Yeah.
You're suffering from a Vulcan mind meld.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant scene.
That green blade, son of a
fantastic.
bitch. Drugs.
Yeah, it just gives him something so he can safe travel.
Keeping you busy?
Don't call me Tiny. Don't call me
Quickly
gay.
gets Admiral.
Oh my.
Oh,
he didn't want to wear the cape, did he?
No, he didn't. He looks awesome in it, though.
I know, it suits him.
It does suit him. Yeah. Unlike Chekhov's baby gear. So why did this guy have a go at him for? I don't understand. He was just being nice. And this guy just had a go at him.
Some people just have that entitlement, I guess, or I've just got to show off my testosterone.
Yeah, he's the security officer. I mean, like the security guard that couldn't get a job as a cop, isn't he?
Right.
He's lower than like a mall cop.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, mall cop.
Yeah. As I said, this man is sick. Take a look. Smack. Oldest trick in the book.
Yeah. This is where the music starts coming into its own, isn't it? Yeah.
I like McCoy's shoes.
Utterly brilliant.
Jeez.
Agents on the way up.
Don't call me Danny.
I loved when, as a kid, when Suzu blew up that control panel with that magic wand.
Yeah.
I hope he had his eyes closed when that.
See?
He's got 70 chairs.
That's why he needed the cape.
Chairs. Yeah, he did, yeah.
Because he had that magic wand moment. It just went perfectly
Those rugby
together.
players come in, don't they?
He didn't want to wear it, did he? He didn't want to wear it because he didn't.
But he looks cool in it, though.
Yeah,
I know. It looks good on him.
Takai saw it on the finished film, and he rang Harv Bennett and said, "You were right. I did look incredible."
He rang him and said, "Oh my, I look all right."
Oh my.
I look hot.
You know, oh my.
You don't think it makes me look gay?
Moving swiftly on.
He does look good in it.
Don't call me Tiny.
I do like his costume. I think his
suits him
costume
so
is
much.
pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
He rocks it.
Yeah, he does.
Looks fabulous.
And the rugby players are coming.
God, those uniforms.
Yeah. Look at the chair as well. Look at the chair.
Yeah.
Oh,
70s.
My.
Brilliant.
The Kobe
Moshimaru
set sail, going to the promised land.
Mm-hmm.
What are friends for? He says. Yeah.
Just so good is this.
Calm yourself, Doctor. I love that line as well. Are you just going to walk through them? Calm yourself, Doctor. That's a brilliant line.
I love it. Level, please.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah.
Level, please.
Up your shaft.
That's
That's
the
Nimoy's voice too.
Yeah, Nimoy's voice.
it is, yeah.
Level, please.
Oh, here's another douche from
Hill Street Blues.
Hill Street Blues.
Yeah.
They
And
picked
Doogie
them well.
Howser.
Mustachio.
Yeah.
You know
General
who carries a
Space
baton.
Dark.
You know who carries a baton like that and has a moustache as well? That's the Brigadier from Doctor Who, and he does that with style. This guy looks like a real tosser, doesn't he? Like it just does not work.
Yeah, it does.
Oh man!
And then we get a shot
Mr.
of
Adventure.
Uhura's legs in this shot.
Mm-hmm.
This is where he's saying, "Why have you chose the hind end of space or something?" Yeah.
Because she wanted to help them.
Yeah, because
ship.
my career is starting and yours is ending. And she's like, "Oh, we'll see
Up
about
your
that."
shaft. Speaking of up your shaft, the bots arrived just as I was saying that.
Already got him.
Secret of comedy.
Bots.
Timing.
We haven't got to the Genesis planet yet, you know?
I heard they had to fight for the up your shaft comment.
Oh, good. And he got it as well. Step into my parlor, gentlemen.
This is all illegal.
Look at his hair.
This is a little twerp weasel.
Beautifully coiffed.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
At least it's real.
It's true.
God,
Shut up.
And actually, Nichelle Nichols was initially disappointed that she only got so little to do in the movie, but then she read what she got to do, and she was excited to do it.
Yeah. Well, Leonard Nimoy wanted to make almost every character have a reason to be there. So,
yeah, everybody got to do something.
Yeah.
Can we just say rest in peace, Nichelle Nichols?
Absolutely. Gorgeous and graceful. Wonderful.
And she was going to quit until Martin Luther King told her to stay.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's like, I had a dream about Star Trek. You got to stay.
Well, yeah, that's actually because Martin Luther King Jr. would only let his kids stay up to watch Star Trek. And
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Take my Wi-Fi, please. Do you have experience in quaffing at Mr. Brown Alliance? Possibly back in the day, yes. No, not anymore.
Nothing to quaff anymore.
It's gone.
Get in the closet.
His malice. Little weasel punk. Look at this guy.
I know. He's
Yes,
like,
get in the closet.
what?
Come out of the closet. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
I used to have that badge, you know. I remember I used to sell. I actually bought one of those badges. But yeah, I lost it.
Here you go. Take my Wi-Fi. The chat just moved up. Take my Wi-Fi, please. Rest in peace, Calculon and Nichelle Nichols. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you go, folks. Hostman says, Mr. Brown Alliance, don't feel bad. That's me, by the way. Don't feel bad about having a toupee. Well, I don't, because I haven't got one. I'm just. I think the term is follically challenged. But anyway, move on. I'll get in the cupboard.
Oh my God, they give them some really terrible costumes, don't they? What the hell are they wearing?
That collar is. I just can't get over the collar on Shatner's jacket.
Crazy.
I'd wear that jacket. What does? I'm glad you're on our side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about I'll have Mr.
All my hopes
eating out of my hands?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll have Mr. Adventure.
Yeah.
Eating out of my hands.
Here you go, folks. There's Antiderivative. I can never say that name, Jill.
You say it.
Jill's YouTube channel link. I'll put it in the description of the video as well after. But please subscribe.
The question
Jill's
is,
channel.
How did Chekhov and Scotty get on the Enterprise? If they had to, oh, maybe they came before them. Maybe, yeah, probably
came before them.
Yes.
privately went on the Enterprise?
Only a filthy mind would come up with that. You two got filthy minds.
I'm enabling you, Rennie. You're welcome.
Right.
Oh,
yeah,
I love this.
Sure.
When the light comes on.
Oh, here we go. This is what we've been waiting for, folks. The music. Oh, it's just so good. It's just so good, is this? It's so fucking
tells
good.
them he wanted to do it by himself and they don't need to drag themselves into this mess, but they said, because they're so loyal to him, they said they wanted to do it with him. So there you go. Brilliant scene.
Anything with any picture with the Enterprise on
NCC 17
and the original
01.
Yeah.
No bloody A, B, C,
or D. Yeah.
I love you, Data.
You see that episode when he appeared on
2
Next
hours
Generation?
Yeah,
that was brilliant.
That's Relics.
Farpoint.
Yeah, Relics. Yeah. It's great. It's a really good idea because he's locked himself in the transporter, didn't he? So that's
Scotty,
how he survived.
Yeah.
Scotty.
Yep.
I don't understand why they didn't mention it when.
Continuity error. That's why.
When they made
Franco Walker. This or that is a beautiful shot. It is. I could just finish the stream there. It's fantastic. Moving on.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
And there we go. The full salmon. Suit.
Look at
that
folks.
suit.
Suck
and
it
those
in.
collars.
Wait. Look at the collar on that
Look
thing.
at the collars, man. Yeah.
Jeez.
Jeez. Not good. Not good at all. In fact, I would say
bet
Sulu's.
if he ever rewatched this, he would be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I wore that thing."
As Mega says, till number 4 comes along.
I actually don't mind most of the things people wear in this movie, but I have to agree with you there. This one,
it's just the collar, isn't it? It's the collar.
Yes,
rest of it's fine. It's just the collar.
Scotty's the best dressed. He's just like, I just keep in my uniform. And
It's the uniform, isn't he? Although McCoy's isn't too bad. It looks very
he's pretty casual,
like out of a western.
Yeah.
Is this where Scotty says a chimpanzee and
2 trainees?
Could be.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, Dr. McCoy and I have to do this alone.
Yeah. You guys do not.
Yeah.
Let the wind be on our back, but not from my ass. Yeah.
Admiral, I'd be grateful if you could give the word.
Yeah.
Mr. Scott, the word is given.
He's the only one that looks different when they brought it back. Everybody else kind of looked the same, but Scotty obviously looked very different.
Here you go. Tim, I think I like saying this. Hannah Bomb. Does Mr. Brown dress himself? I don't know. Fortunately,
when he wears clothes.
Yeah, I'm sat here butt naked.
Oh God!
Moving on.
I knew you loved the scene, but I didn't realize you would take it that far, sir.
The doors, Mr. Scott. The doors.
The back doors. I need to bash the back doors in.
Come on. Move it along, Mr. Brown. Move it along.
Even
May
Shatner's
the
left.
wind. Was it
Be on
may
our
the
backs.
wind be on our backs? Stations, please. Oh, it's just.
But not from mine. Yeah, there you go.
God, this is so good.
Yeah.
Cleaners didn't get the cleaners in, did they? It's still dirty.
Yeah. Well, they don't need to because it's getting decommissioned.
Well, what happens to it at the end,
One
anyways, it doesn't
impulse
matter.
power.
Yeah. So they're leaving space to
That's
dock.
high waisted trousers he's got on there, isn't it?
That's right. He always does wear high waisted stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you go, Edge of Time. The Salmon of Doubt. Yeah.
Someone is stealing the Enterprise.
I think they go to 1/4 impulse there, which
They
seems
do.
a little excessive.
Yeah.
That's right.
Is this where Chekhov is saying a commander of Starfleet
It's all fuel. Yeah.
demands that you surrender this
Oh,
vessel.
Wessel.
Wessel.
Vessel.
I just love the 0.
No
Zero.
response.
Destruct.
No reply.
Zero. I can have a yellow alert in Space Dock.
Sir, someone is stealing the Enterprise. I'm on my way.
And he grabs his little baton. I was hoping you would have that clip.
He does indeed.
Mr. Tough Mustachio.
Are you just going to walk through them? Calm yourself, Doctor.
Yep.
There's lots of toupee and wig jokes on this channel tonight. Tim,
Rise of the toupee.
I definitely don't like saying this now. Hannah Bomb, Star Trek 3, Rise of the Toupee.
The search for the toupee.
I love this scene. I like when he goes, and now, Mr. Scott. The doors, Mr. Scott, the door.
Aye.
Brilliant.
Aye.
Absolutely brilliant.
Transwarp, folks.
It's got every color there.
Yeah, it has.
Oh, it does too.
Very inclusive transwarp.
Well-designed graphic.
See, if you look at all the earlier Star Trek posters, there is a hint of rainbow in all of them. So Star Trek were way ahead of the curve.
That's true.
Yep.
They didn't let it let it destroy a story.
And did they go shouting from the mountaintops about it?
Mount Salaya, they did, yeah.
Yeah. This
incredible
is very
machine.
cheap looking.
Oh, there's that guy from RoboCop. Yeah, he gets shot in both of his legs, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Bitches out. Remember that scene?
Yeah.
Shot in the legs.
What was his name?
Can't remember his name.
Ferrer.
Miguel Ferrer.
Farrell.
Yeah. Ferrer.
Ferrer.
It's George
He
Clooney's
passed away a
cousin.
couple of
Here
years
you
ago.
go.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Cheers,
Yeah.
Jim. Here you go. Just as my mouse died, got mouse problems.
Squeak, squeak.
Oh.
He died, didn't he, of cancer?
Yeah,
Yeah, a few years ago.
Yeah.
Very, very young there, isn't he?
Yeah. Bob Mawson. Great film, RoboCop.
So what's the whole point of the baton that he's got there?
I think it locks the captain's chair handles together.
does it?
I think there's a shot when he closes it. I think it locks it together.
So he doesn't use it to punish the crew?
Probably.
Oh, he does, but we're not meant to see that.
Okay, it's like, I said.
You know,
Whap.
you can quickly go off somebody, you know that. Hostman Socrates, rest in peace, Mr. Brown's hairline at Mr. Brown Alliance.
Oh, jeez.
Bastards.
I love the music in this scene as well.
Yep.
Bastards.
Music's absolutely brilliant in this scene.
See, and Excelsior.
Danger. Sorry.
Danger,
Will Robinson.
Sorry, go ahead. Rennie, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying, see, Excelsior is chunky. It's like chunky
it
shit. It's chunk.
It's a chunk.
Aye, sir. Danger. Space
They used to have the
doors
matte lines
are
here.
Closed.
And then it opens. Yeah. They're holding their breath as it just passes the doors.
We have cleared
It's
space
like,
doors.
Space doors, yeah.
Just look at that. It's just the Enterprise. Oh.
One quarter impulse power.
Actually, that time is full.
And there comes the Excelsior.
We have cleared space doors.
Brilliant shot. Diversity right there.
Yeah. Is this where he says he's got if he tries to warp out of here or something?
Yeah, if he tries to get away with warp speed, he's in for a shock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Transwarp drive at your command, sir.
Here you go. New face. I love when the lurkers turn up. Hannah Tim Balm at Mr. Brown Alliance. I love ball men, especially when we can rock.
God. Oh my God.
Do you know, I think I'm going to leave that up for the rest of the stream.
That's probably like a second account for Tim, whatever his name is.
Yep.
Listen, when you get to my age, love, you take what you can. Moving
See, the letters
swiftly
are
on.
rearranged. Instead of Tin Hannah Bomb, it's Hannah Tin Bomb.
Yep.
So there you go.
Very good. I can never keep up with the names. But,
Mr. Brown doesn't mind
good.
being catfished.
That's right,
The
Jill.
turbo lift goes
He'll
both
take
ways.
whatever he can get.
Well, if I knew what it meant, but okay. Peak ILM again, I think, folks. What do you think?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
We had so many blocks watching ours.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Shame
because
you
they
can see the big matte line, but there
the
you go.
contrast up too much, so you can see the matte. Well, you can see the matte lines there, but in the version that they saw, you had the little squares, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes,
Quite
that's
out
what we
there.
had is the like squares that look faded
Yeah.
around the ships.
Yeah.
So yeah. Blu-ray, here we come. Or 4K.
It looks like they've maybe cleaned the matte lines up around the bottom of the ship, but around the top of the saucer where the space
Well, they
station
didn't
is.
because the bottom of the ship with the Earth is lighter, so you can't see it. But when it goes into
is that what it
a
is?
darker, when you go into a darker area, you see the matte lines. But they could have easily cleaned that up.
Yeah, here you go.
but
Side wire
money, I
flame.
guess.
Yeah, black line. Yeah, matte line. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Kirk, you do this.
You'll never sit in a captain's chair again. Warp speed.
I just love how they didn't respond. They just ghosted the Federation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yes, that's the friendship thing to this movie.
Yeah.
I like when he goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The computer just goes mental. Yeah. Good morning, Captain. Yeah.
Going quickly back to the Kirstie Alley stuff, they didn't want to pay her extra money, but look how much money they spent on just this set, literally for a minute.
But they made the right decision, though, because this set looks okay. It looks good. So, somebody printed out something. Sounds like
That's what
really
it sounds like to me.
Old,
like a dot matrix printer.
Yeah, I think that's been going all stream. This is where the ship goes clunky, isn't it?
Yeah, because Scotty put something in it.
I laugh so hard every time at that scene. I'm like, ha! Suckers!
Trans
warp. Yeah.
Should have been
and it comes up saying men can be pregnant. That's what it comes up saying.
Easy. And that's the monetization gone. Courtesy. One day, solid work of me doing this gone in one sentence.
Good morning, Captain. Good morning.
That has to be one of the first actual online trolls, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah.
It's just like, good morning, Captain.
Trolling in the 24th century.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. It cracked me up. He's like, meh.
Wasn't he in charge of SWAT in Hill Street Blues? That character.
Yeah.
It was in It was in Outland as well.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yep. He got killed, didn't he?
Doogie Howser's dad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that too.
Do you know what? Seriously, I would love that model, the Excelsior. Even though it looks chunky,
Really, it's
I would
just
still
yeah.
I would still love it. Yeah.
Well, I got it. I got the AMT model for my birthday, so I'll be building it at some point.
Cool.
Nice.
Kids are excited.
She's always excited.
They're going, Mummy, that's amazing ILM special effects, Mummy.
Yes, models are always the way to go.
And she'd be right. So was
There
it
we
Best
go, the
Speech Genesis?
Enterprise.
Ear Doctor, souvenir.
One surgeon to another.
Yeah.
Yes,
This is where he goes, thanks for telling me in advance. And he says, that's what you get for missing staff meetings, Doctor.
Yeah, that was so
good. Right. The more you overthink the plumbing, the easier it is to stop up the drain.
Well done. Well
Great
done.
line. Yeah, perfect.
So meanwhile, back on the planets.
What's that other line he says? I recommend you all for promotion.
Whichever
fleet we're going to be serving.
Yep. Yeah. Is naked Spock.
God, naked Spock. Cold.
So this is a weird question. If if he had no real mental capacity, right? His mind he was just a shell with a body, right? Or a body with a shell of a brain. How did he even compute that he was cold? Or how did the Pon-farr thing happen?
Just curious, just like animals that can't do multiplication, they feel, don't they? So I guess.
Yeah, but their personality's still there. He doesn't have a personality. He doesn't have really anything.
He's grown into it, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's grown into it.
Well, but it's with... He doesn't have a thought process.
It's genetic memory, okay? Even a baby knows how to breastfeed, from day one and stuff like that. So, and all sorts of mammals demonstrate that sort of behavior. Yeah. So it's just, I reckon that's what it is.
Yeah, and some males sometimes, unfortunately, they at certain times do their thinking down below, and
that's right.
Yes, I think his baser.
Moving on.
His baser Vulcan instincts are still there, just not his ability to control them.
Wait a moment. Captain Douche is back.
The other one's still there. Oh, God. Captain Douche.
Captain Douche is back.
Here you go. Genitalia. These names are just...
Genitalia.
Get it? Yes.
Yeah, I do. As soon as yes, I know. These names are just fantastic. Rest in peace, Brown's hairline. It rested in peace years ago.
Oh, yeah,
with that facial expression there and the lack of the wand or the baton, you've got to wonder where it is right now.
Yeah, well.
No, the other guy had the baton.
Oh, it was the other guy. Sorry.
Yeah. So, I mean, have you found anything? We ain't found shit.
I'll just say, again, representation.
Yeah, exactly.
Well.
Comb the desert. Yeah. That was Spaceballs. That was hilarious. But anyway, sorry, carry on. Representation. Captain Deuce. He's one got everybody killed.
That's incredible. What would you like to do?
Yeah, he's such an idiot.
Trying to get them beamed up, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but luckily he says you got to wait for me to talk to Starfleet, so they don't get beamed up. And so that was good.
You got to wait for me to start it while you freeze down there.
Yeah.
Okay. Good luck, Johnny Mathis.
Come on, this is.
Oh my God!
We're being jammed. They're being jammed from astern, Rennie.
Yeah, strawberry jam.
His stern.
Captain Douche is going to get everybody killed. And he does.
We're being jammed from a stern.
See? Proves he's a douche.
And here he comes.
Cue the music.
Yeah.
You will remember the name douche.
Yeah.
Bag.
I haven't seen Captain Douche in anything else, actually. I wonder if he started in the TV shows. Captain Douche.
Because once you're done, you throw it away and never see it again.
ILM have been great in this movie, haven't they?
They have, yeah.
Does Captain Douche ever bring up the shields?
No, no, he doesn't.
Medical. It's a science vessel.
Yeah, science vessel.
Does it have shields?
Is this the bit where he goes?
Well, I mean, it should. At least.
What did he say here? I can't remember.
So here you go. Hostman.
Oh, aim for the engine.
Yeah.
Why does that Klingon on the left look like John Travolta? For some reason.
He does.
Maybe John Travolta is part Klingon.
That's where he got the inspiration. What was that terrible movie he was in?
Oh, yeah.
Battlefield Earth.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the worst movies I've ever seen in the theater.
Doesn't he kill him because he said he wanted prisoners, didn't he?
Yeah.
Lucky shot.
He got lucky shot, and then Grissom just goes up in big ball of flames, isn't it? What's it, prisoners?
I love this death vaporization scene.
A lucky shot.
John Travolta gets it. Yeah.
Like he's holding his head as the rest of his body dissolves.
It's a terrible effect, though, because you can tell they put an explosion within when he's disappearing. So it's like a big explosion, but they kind of shrink it down, don't they? It's interesting.
Here you go. Hey, would you blow me, Mr. Brown, ILM?
It's not good.
You set of bastards.
It's not good.
Oh my goodness.
Say the wrong thing.
That's what she said.
So look, they put an explosion in there. Can you see it? It's like an explosion in the holes and stuff. Yeah.
And then he kind of implodes or whatever.
Yeah.
Or disappears.
And he says, say the wrong thing, talk. He goes, yes, if there's prisoners.
Say the wrong thing, talk.
Yeah. There are people down on the planet. And he goes, very good. Love that gun. Look at that gun. It's awesome. It's great. That gun's great, man.
Just bear with me. I need to get the slides on screen. Bear with me. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
It's trying to poke her eyes.
Well, better than.
He's got the burn, hasn't he?
Well, if you do have babies, that's what they do. They touch your face all the time.
Mm.
Although he's a little older. But it is the first other Vulcan he sees, so it makes sense.
Zoom.
Okay.
Look at that.
Yeah. So this is where they're. Does he say the ship's got its second wind? All the automation's working well, or something?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, when they're trying to contact Captain Douche's ship.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Scanning.
Yeah.
That's when he has the Nimoy voice.
Yeah.
How did I do? Great bones.
Mm.
So they're on the planets.
Mm.
I need a new mouse. It's driving me up the wall. So this is where they're saying the is it proto-matter speech?
Yeah, he basically cheated. They
Yeah.
cheated when they created the Genesis. Put something
He's like,
in there.
yeah, I kind of messed up.
I know, but did anyone else know that he put the proto matter in there? They don't really say, because
No.
surely the other researchers would notice what goes into the Genesis.
She also Savick
Exactly.
also says how many people are going to die for your mistake or something, or
Yeah, but it's not. It shouldn't be put all on David because he was part of a team.
yeah. There you go, Franco.
Well, you can't
He did,
ask
mate.
Carol because she never came back.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest problem.
Maybe
That's
he took
why
out his mom because she was gonna turn him in.
Yeah.
Nothing to report.
Oh, this is
Big
great
now.
scene. This where
Jesus.
Nothing
he's
to
just getting
report.
attacked.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, the space pancakes
so
turned into
gross.
snakes.
Yeah,
Yep.
I love his suit.
it's great
Fantastic.
cosplay, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sunset.
Mm.
Spock.
Punfa.
Yeah.
On fire.
Is this where he's saying the Spock has got rapid aging and it's
Yeah, it's connected to the planet.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that was another thing that Leonard Nimoy wanted to put in the movie that he had to fight for, the Ponfar.
Yeah.
Did he really? Because that's always been pretty, like it's not something that's ever talked about It's so I thought they used it very liberally there. So I'm surprised that Nimoy pushed for that or wanted that.
Well, and it's kind of disturbing because of the age difference, even though nothing really happened. But to me, it's disturbing.
Originally, it was supposed to be because there was a line that was apparently cut from 4, or that was supposed to be 4, that she became pregnant after their Ponfar.
Bloody hell!
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad they cut that out. That's disturbing.
Yeah, I'm glad they.
But
cut
when
that
you
out too.
imagine that a Vulcan like Sarek is what 200 or thereabouts in this, in human years, he probably was legal there,
But I'm with Rennie because I prefer to think that it didn't go as too far past the finger touching. So Vulcans are they're telepathic. So they could have done it, just
regardless.
mentally,
That was an
and
intimate
not physically.
bond. Yeah,
it's
like
Sorry, T.
It's like in Voyager, for example, when B'Elanna goes through the equivalent of the Ponfar because one of the Vulcans tries to mate with her. Like there's a way that she can get that out of her system by fighting with Tom Paris, and it's just, it's. I guess that gesture, that hand exchange was enough to get him through that first Ponfar. That's the way I see it.
Is it so hold on? Is that a sexual thing then, the Ponfar thing? Because I never.
It's a heat cycle for a Vulcan male. So to speak.
But I never got the idea that it because you said someone got pregnant was
where Saavik was supposed to have gotten pregnant because of
the
that
Ponfar thing.
Number 4.
Yeah, just go rewatch Amok Time.
Just by touching fingers.
Well, but you don't know what happened off camera. But I like to think I try to make myself think, okay, well, it's just basically like a comforting thing rather than her going too far.
The touching of fingers is like an intimate. It's almost like a kiss. Like you see Sarek do it with his wife. You see, you see it in a number of male-female exchanges, romantic exchanges, if you want to call it romance.
Fingering?
Yeah, fingering. Yes.
Finger bangs.
In the chat, Rennie says he only fingered her. Lol.
Have you noticed that Chekhov has got rid of his collars here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, but he kept the salmon. What the hell?
Much better like this.
No, it's all right. I think it's all right like this.
Kept the salmon.
I'll stand by what I said earlier. That lose the collar, spot on.
Nuclear whistles.
That's Brown. Your fashion sense is awful.
I haven't got any.
Okay.
I haven't got any. So this is where Grissom is silent. No response.
No response on any channel, sir.
Yeah. Grissom's gone.
Is this where are we doing?
We doing.
Yeah. Funny you should put it that way.
Damn time to ask. Yeah.
Come in.
Sleep.
I would have got another still, but I think I was about 3/4 of a day into doing them, and I just thought, nah, I'll just carry on. So the planet's kind of ejecting hot gas as well.
It's coming apart. Planet's coming apart.
Yeah.
Well, it was created by the Genesis device exploding and also all of the matter from the nebula. So it wasn't exactly something that would have been stable anyway, with or without proto matter.
Yeah.
What's interesting
David
is that
said they had. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, David said when she asked, they had days, if not hours even, left for the planet and or Spock. So.
But what's interesting is that they rescued him just in time so that Spock could end up the right age
exactly
when he died.
Yep.
Yeah, so there you go. If they rested him here, it would have been a different movie.
Welcome to Mega Geek spoiling a great film channel.
That's what he does.
It's a great
Rennie,
film, though.
A bit of fingering action here.
Yeah.
You a fan of fingering?
Oh, Jesus.
I'd rather have the real thing.
Monetize.
There you go. It's in the hole.
Whoever played the young Spock. Jeez.
What? What does that mean?
You thought he was hot? What?
No, it's like having a grown
he's all
woman
sweaty
doing
there.
that. Yeah.
What?
And put it this way, that wasn't special effects. It's like, whoa.
What are you
He's like,
talking
whoa,
about?
Cougar Vulcan alert.
Yeah.
Culkin.
Savage from the planet Cougar. Right,
Enterprise.
I think we're getting to the business end of this film now,
The
aren't
meat.
we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The meat that nobody expected.
Oh, he's not wearing his girdle there. See a bit of his belly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is he shouting for Grissom? This is Enterprise.
I think
I
so.
don't know.
Or...
Oh, here we come.
Yeah. But doesn't he spot something? He's like, do you guys see that? Or do you guys detect this? Or something like that,
Yeah,
right?
goes,
Sue or somebody spots
That was
something.
number 6.
Federation battle.
Things got to have a tailpipe. Yeah.
Have they
number
seen
6.
us yet?
Yeah.
Cloak.
Klingon bird of prey. She's decloaking.
Oh, look at that. Stunning ILM work. Oh, we're not talking about I Love Men either.
I notice you like more of the rear shots too of the Enterprise. I'm just saying.
Before any of you in the chat starting laying into me.
Is this the bit where he says he thinks he
bastards.
saw something?
Yeah. Here you go.
Yeah.
Nice arse.
Yeah.
Yes, agreed. I swear for a moment it was a scout class vessel.
That's it. Yeah, he says that to him. And
I think
Kurt says to him, "You're crazy. Sit
Yeah.
down and shut up."
Obviously, I watched this film in sections doing the slides, but I think I'm going to watch it tomorrow because I've not watched this film in a hell of a long time.
Man, you've done an exceptional job capturing just those individual frames just perfectly, man. That's a lot of work that's gone into that.
As I said, guys, it takes a full day to put these together. I know Jill does slides as well, and slides take a long time, don't they, Jill?
They do. I do appreciate how difficult it is to get through it. It takes longer than the movie is to make them.
Just wait till next month, Brown, when we're doing Godfather 2.
That will be a 17-day stream, folks. we'll do it in sections.
Right. You got to make sure to stop before it gets to the 12-hour mark, because then YouTube won't record anything after the 12 hours.
Because obviously we're being very thorough doing this, and steady numbers, which is great. There's still a lot of slides to go. I think with stuff like this, it's probably better to trim it into 2 videos. But we'll just see how we go. We'll see how we go with this one. Because I think fatigue, as much as we enjoy talking about these, if everybody's up for it, then it's not a problem. But you it's nearly 2:00 in the morning in the UK, so we'll pile through these. So we're getting to the business end now.
The morning after.
Yeah.
Walk of shame time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've come all the way from Genesis. What do I get?
What did it say?
a human, a Vulcan woman, and a woman and a child, or something like that.
Yeah.
Here you go. Franco confirms it's 1:37 in the morning, UK.
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd is really awesome as a Klingon because I do like how he sees the Genesis as a weapon rather than a tool for creating life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he calls it the Genesis torpedo, and it's like, well, the only torpedo that hit Genesis was Spock's, not tomb, but his coffin, so to speak.
Yeah.
And it was a shell.
Savick is saying it doesn't work. And then he says, then I hope, what is it? Pain and suffering is something you enjoy.
Yeah.
And then he gets the call, doesn't he? Federation battle cruiser.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I heard somewhere that Lloyd didn't know how to use the communicator, so they had to tell him to stop screaming at the sky.
Yeah, I heard that story too, yeah.
Marty!
My cat is called Marty. Moving on.
Very nice.
This is where they hear Kirk over the...
Mm-hmm.
And
Grissom, this is
David
Enterprise calling.
Yeah, David just looks at Savick. Yeah. Question: how does he beam up if they're cloaked?
That was another one that I think I was just kind of happy to overlook at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're always inconsistent about beaming up while cloaked or shielded.
Yeah. Yeah. But we'll forgive it, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Cue the James Horner incredible music. This is where to start looking at the view screen, isn't it?
$1,000 Calicams.
Yeah. And this is where he's wanting... is it engine shot only? Understood?
Yes. Yeah, for real this time, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one of the things I love about that shot as well, it again comes down to the coloring. That color you will see on the bridge of Klingon ships right through TNG and even beyond. It's it's beautiful.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
anymore.
Absolutely, yeah.
Franco,
Trek
that
stuff.
shimmer, yeah, you can see the shimmer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The distortion.
Yeah.
See that distortion? Big enough to hide a ship?
It's so cool that he caught that because he got ready to fire, and the fact that they got to fire first because he was so eagle-eyed on it. You know?
He's saying understood. He goes, understood. For the engine shot. So red alert.
Wish.
Because the Klingon got real cocky there as well, because I think they said they were in weapons range at something like 4,000 of their distance measures, but then he took it to like 1,000.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then he took it to 1,000, and that was very messed up, man. That's how Kirk was
John
able to spot him, I reckon.
Who's this? PCAT, sorry?
John Larroquette.
That doesn't even look like him.
Yep.
He was the only one who survived, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
So the
Does not look like John Larroquette.
Klingon bird of prey, sir. She's arming torpedoes.
Yep.
Fire.
Shooting Mr. Scott.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Ray Shields. Shield's not responding.
Do 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 do.
Pew pew.
Good shooting, Mr. Scott.
His dog is dead.
Subscribe to Mr. Brown Alliance for more sound effects.
What gets me is this shot. Christopher Lloyd, he's just totally nonplussed.
Yeah.
He figures he's done for, because he has that line, they outgun me 10 to 1.
Yeah, just...
We are Klingons! Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Very proud Klingon.
Mm-hmm.
This is where the dog gets...
Gets mullered.
Yeah.
Good. That thing is nasty looking.
But then he dies, and then he becomes John Wick.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. Franco, the Targ died, yeah.
It was a horrible model anyway. It was stuck to that chair, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Let's face it.
Looked kind of like a Muppet. Yeah.
Yeah, it did a bit.
Does he shout emergency power? Or
Yep.
Yeah.
Does he say kill the bastard?
Emergency power.
He say bastard, doesn't he?
No, no.
No, Kirk calls him a bastard.
Oh, yeah. Kirk calls him,
yeah.
Shield's non-responsive.
Yeah.
Do you know what, right? There's a scene coming up where Chris Lloyd shouts, and the only thing I remember in the cinema is looking at him shouting, thinking, he's got a lot of fillings in his teeth. I remember thinking that in my head when he was shouting. You can see right up his mouth.
It'll be all that blood wine.
Yeah.
So they get a torpedo away. I do like this because it doesn't do much damage on the look of it, does it? Just kind of a few
not
flashy
really. Not
little
much more
lights.
than they have.
But
But it knocks out everything, doesn't it? It knocks out the automations and stuff.
And then they go to emergency power.
Yeah.
Your scene's coming up, Ian.
Yeah. I like it when he falls to the side of the seat and he goes, "Oh!"
There's a bit where he steps back after he realizes his son's been killed.
Yep. I think he ad-libbed that too, or that wasn't in the script.
Yeah, it was. I think it was an accident, wasn't it? He went back and he fell, and they just kept it in.
Yeah, it worked well. It's perfect.
Come on, bastards! You killed my son. Yeah.
So the automation's gone.
Yeah.
We're sitting duck.
Yeah.
we're sitting ducks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at McCoy looking mysterious in the background.
Yeah.
It's like, hello there.
Yeah. Do you think the battle damage was specifically for this scene? The wrong battle damage?
Don't know.
Maybe.
It's a possibility.
But that would have been more the bridge, right?
Yeah, because the shot was more in the saucer section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Wrath of Khan didn't get that damage there.
No.
Look, Brown, it's a plot device. We just have to accept it.
It's just so obvious.
Inconsistent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still a great movie. Wait.
Was it the enemy commander wants to negotiate a truce? He goes, put him on.
Put him on screen.
I love when he turns around with the hanky in his hand.
Yeah.
So, the Genesis commander himself.
Yeah. He goes, what you've done here is an act of war.
Violated the peace treaty.
Yeah. Who is this? Because he says we've got people on the planets, prisoners. Who is this?
I love that walkie.
Yeah. Is this where she says Genesis doesn't work?
I have no knowledge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's when she's saying, you know, I've got prisoners in the bottom, and now I should kill one of them. Isn't he saying that?
Shatner goes, "Is David there?"
Yeah.
David,
you okay? Did you say something about I messed up, sir?
Yeah.
Genesis doesn't work. I don't think. I don't believe they would kill us for it.
Yeah. What went wrong? I went wrong.
Yeah.
Savick was going to get killed, but David jumped in.
Your young friend is mistaken.
Should have let him kill fake Savick.
Yeah. Yeah.
He says, "I don't care which one.
Kill
don't care."
Yeah.
I love that knife. The two things come out the side, and it's really cool.
Yep. There it is.
Because he was going to kill Savick.
Savick, he was going to kill Savick.
Yeah.
And I think this is another pivotal spot for me, because it does come down to fathers and sons, and this is a very Kirk moment for him where he jumps in to save her. You know, like and it is about saving sons, and anyway, I love it.
I love it too. Did you get the backflip?
No, that's coming up.
Oh, it's later. Oh, that's between Kirk and Krug. I forgot.
We've got about another 400 slides to go.
That's not funny, Brown. I don't have much more battery to go.
David is dead.
Yeah.
So here you go, folks. We've waited 2 hours 46 minutes for this. This is peak Shatner. I don't think Shatner will ever beat this. You Klingon bastard! You've killed my son.
And he didn't plan to fall out of that chair.
No, he fell off. They just kept it in there.
I think my how old was I?
That'll take off.
My 15-year-old self watching this in the cinema. Bear in mind we were the third film in. It was like, Christ, this is intense.
But when they killed his son, you couldn't even hear a pin drop in the cinema when I went to see it. Everybody was so into it.
Yeah.
You
couldn't believe that
bastard, you've killed my son. I liked also how Nimoy got all the faces of, you can see there, McCoy.
Yeah. Scotty, yep.
You Klingon bastard, you've killed my son.
I was really shocked when he said that. Yeah. When I first heard him say that, I was like, what?
He said it like 3 times.
Yeah, 2 more prisoners on the planet.
Here you go, Franco Walker. It is ultimate Shatner. You will not get better Shatner ever in anything.
I beg to differ. He was really good in T.J. Hooker.
Oh yeah, nobody can jump on the hood of a car like Shatner.
That's right.
Yeah. Yep. Here you go, Romeo Tango November Zulu. Peak Shatner, but playing it understated. He doesn't sob. He just mutters it almost disbelievingly. I remember this in the cinema. Couldn't believe what I was seeing. Nope.
Yep.
And in the cinema you could hear a pin drop.
Yeah, I stopped eating my popcorn at that point.
Yeah.
I was like, I give you, what is it? 2 minutes,
2 minutes
or something like that.
For your gallant crew.
I love this scene. Yeah. This is Bubble, take off. This Spock sequence.
We are Klingons.
Yeah.
What's cool is they use the exact same destruction code that they did on the series too.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, what's amazing is that Captain Kirk's character, his character is the thing that's amazing in this. Even after a devastating blow like that, he is still thinking 2 steps ahead of Krug.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
doesn't have time to mourn.
Yeah, he won't let that stop him from getting out of this situation.
Mr. Sulu, what is the compliment? Was it compliment?
Compliment.
Compliment of a bird of
prey.
Yeah. About
dozen
12.
Officers.
Yeah, with some of them on the planet. Just.
I swear to you, we're not finished yet.
Yeah.
Harv Bennett's writing on this is just incredible.
Yeah.
That's basically Star Trek. No matter what terrible thing happens, they continue to do what they have to do.
Yeah, well, it's a heightened humanity, isn't it? That's what Roddenberry wanted. The intelligence. I only use force when you have to. Blah blah blah. So
and he goes, "I'm looking forward to meeting you."
No tricks.
Yeah, I love that guy there.
Oh yeah.
He's so funny when he goes, "The computer is talking."
Speaking?
Yeah.
And he's like, "Let's hear it." What's it saying?
When he shouts, "Get out!" You can see all the fillings in his teeth. Get out! Admiral James T. Kirk.
Code 1.
1A.
1A. This is Montgomery Scott.
Go to 1A, 2B.
Commander Pavlicek, acting science officer. Code 2.
See, everybody had something to do in this film, which is quite cool.
Yeah.
0, 0, 0.
Destruct.
0.
He has to put that emphasis on the last 0, doesn't he? It's so funny.
Yep.
Again, in the cinema, you could hear a pin drop.
Fantastic music as well when they leave the Enterprise.
Has all of you seen this film now in the cinema?
I haven't seen it in the cinema yet. I've only seen the first 2 in the cinema.
I've not seen it in the cinema either. I need to do that.
Oh, they do retro showings here. We can do that.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I saw Rafa Khan in the cinema recently. I'll tell you, you can tell the geeks, but geeks have a special look.
Just fucking love it, don't they? Just love it.
They really do. And when the film finished and the credits was going up, nobody left the cinema. They were just watching all the credits. Everybody was just sitting there. You could tell it was all geeks.
So you want to yell out, "This is not a Marvel movie. There's no post-credit."
I know. There's no post-credit scene. You can go home.
No, they're there for the music.
Exactly. Yeah, they're there for the music and for the film. And they watch every moment of that film, even the last Dolby stereo sign and the stupid round thing.
I know. That's the proper fans,
Yeah.
Here you go, Atom Gray. Not since it was released. I'd love to see this in the cinema theatre in the new projectors and everything.
I saw it twice in a really good screen. It was fantastic.
Not cinema. Osman's not seen it. What? It's a great film, mate.
He's just here to talk about your hairline, unfortunately.
And look at Chekhov's hairline right there.
Well, no, Brown,
well, yeah, but
Brown, you're just using a cloaking device on your head. That's all.
Yes.
You know what? You could start wearing like maybe some Klingon headgear.
Dress it up.
That one they just leave, don't they? They just leave. I like the bit where they just leave the frame when he says the last code. They just all leave. So it's really cool.
Here you go. Stuart Mitchell's just come in totally left field.
He was actually.
Stuart, why did you have to spoil it? Oh.
He was great in that film.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was funny.
Like when he looks at the periscope and he sees the Enterprise and he's all shot.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I've only seen the first airplane, so do I need to see sequel?
No, you don't need to see the second one.
The second one's all right. It's got Shatner in it.
A lot of rehash in the second one, but
it's
funny,
fun
but
though.
a lot of rehash.
Yeah.
The first one is brilliant. The second one, I didn't have the rights, so hence why they had to change Jacob's name in the second one. So there you go.
Did they not call it Flying High in the UK? Because we had it.
No, not in the UK.
Okay, we had it Flying High in Australia. So
yeah.
Airplane 2.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Tim, I like saying this. Annabelle. Airplane 11. That's a thinking man's joke.
Yep.
60-second countdown, folks.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder how they got down there before 60 seconds. It's a huge ship, you know.
It's true.
Turbo lift and ram.
Yeah.
Klingon commander.
Space boots.
Yeah.
Is that a seashell he has for a belt buckle?
Don't know.
Yeah, it looks like it, right? Maybe it's the shells from
It does, yeah,
Demolition
seashell.
Man.
She says this.
But you know what? It's much better than Chekhov's costume, that's for sure.
True.
Chekhov's costume sucks. Marty!
Oh, I think we're at the end of those slides. I need to get the next slides up. Bear with me. Number 4. Where are you? I can't see. I'm blind. Have I uploaded them? I'm sure I did.
Enterprise. My God bones, what have I done?
Have we got a brown out right now? Okay.
Nearly, because it's 2:00 in the morning. My brain wasn't quite functioning perfectly.
My brain's saying I need to go to sleep. That's what it's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking, should we end it and come back another time?
Just speed up that slides, mate.
Yeah.
It's just so good there. We don't, we got to do every slide justice.
I know, but
It's the only thing speaking.
Yeah.
Speaking?
Get out! Get out!
Let me hear.
Yeah. Too late, mate. 6 seconds. You ain't going to make it out. Look, there it is!
Yes.
Get out! Get out!
oh, look, filling shot.
Yep.
Filling shot,
4K
yeah.
filling. Good catch, Sir Mega.
Boom. They're all dead. He goes flying over it, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's not
He's
bad.
the one on. I kept this slide in because he's a ugly Klingon on the left there. Obviously, they're all stuntmen, but.
But that hasn't been put on properly.
Yeah,
they've just shoved it on his forehead,
yeah,
so he can do that stunt. Yeah. Here we go. Whee!
Yeah. More great ILM coming up, folks.
Mm-hmm.
In the cinema at the time, in the theatre, I just couldn't believe my eyes.
Well, it was a tough thing to watch.
Because the Enterprise was dying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, being destroyed was it was tough to watch that.
There's one guy on ILM said that he relished blowing up the Enterprise because he hated
Yeah,
it.
he hated the model. Yeah.
He hated the model, yeah.
How dare he?
Yeah.
Even though he made this film happen, I'm happy for that. But
Greta Thunberg, how dare you?
How dare you? the effect here of the outer hull melting, just fantastic.
Did it with a heat gun.
It's just fantastic.
Yeah, did it with a heat gun.
Absolutely fantastic.
They've blown up the Enterprise 3 times on screen, and the other 2 did not come close to the emotional impact of this one.
Because it wasn't earned. This was earned.
Yeah.
Especially the third one was terrible.
So are you going to say? Go on.
Oh, well,
Jill?
And also for the fact that it's the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Also the fact that it has history, doesn't it, from the 60s to here. So it has history.
We've
That's why it's an
waited
impact.
25 years, was it? Something like that.
Yeah.
Yes, the Enterprise's character,
beloved.
part of the crew.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Franco, how dare you?
Boom.
sidewire flame because it was an actual sacrifice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all about friendship, this film, and it's just there's lots of hidden stuff in this film, which a lot of people just see the surface of it, but I see a lot in this film. That's why I think it's the best out of all
friendship,
of them.
loyalty, sacrifice.
Mm. Jim, your name is Jim. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Boom! Look at that. That reminds me when I dropped my plate on the ground.
Have you seen how the two shots don't quite align? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I've never noticed before.
Yeah.
It's almost traumatic seeing this frame by frame.
Yeah.
There you go. Smash.
That was a pretty good shot, Brown.
I think everybody in the cinema was just shell-shocked.
I've still got the album, actually. The vinyl on this. Star Trek 2 and 3.
Yeah, I've got Star Trek 2. Oh, look at that.
That was a shot they remember here. They used that shot in the promo for it and the TV commercials. Remember, it was like, oh, wow, look at the Enterprise getting beaten up. Yeah, it was in one of the promos. Like that half sausage section missing.
I know this is, but Klingon comb over, give me practical effects. Klingon comb over is going to get his bum slapped when I speak to him next.
Hey, keep your personal stuff to yourself, sir.
No lovers'
quarrels. Nice shot, isn't it? Yeah. It's a nice shot.
Yeah. Great music as well, isn't it? Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Well, it's not quite like that, but
My God, Bones, what have I done?
What you had to do, what you always do. That's what he says.
Yep.
Yeah.
Turn death
into a fighting chance to live. Yeah, something like that.
Yes. That was a great line.
It's some of the best lines of dialogue in Star Trek, in all of Star Trek.
Yeah.
Isn't that practically the poster shot for the film?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just about.
And do you know what really pisses me off? He died under a fucking rock. It just pisses me off.
Oh, that's so dumb.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, Picard just leaves him there, figuring, oh, well, everybody thinks Kirk's already dead, so just leave him here for the animals.
And how do you not mention that? I mean, if you're running into first, the first thing was like, wow, James Kirk just saved my life. Like, no mention of him after that. Throw rocks at him.
Yeah.
Here you go. Hooligan, is it S3? My eyes are not what they used to be. McCoy, what you had to do, what you always do, turn death into a fighting chance to live. I should clip this and say, Mr. Shatner, we love you. This is amazing. Thank you.
And he'll just say, fuck off, wouldn't he? You don't give a shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Tell you what,
Sheer fucking hubris.
No, that's wrong. That's the wrong actor.
That's Picard.
No.
I will clip that. I will clip that and tweet it to Mr. Shatner, see if he responds.
He's going to think you want something from him.
Yeah, exactly.
That is great that he does engage with his fans, even if it's to tell you to frack off.
Yeah.
More importantly, Matt G. Bacon. Bacon. Hooligan. Best lines ever in Trek. So many great lines in this film, full stop.
There's a bit in it where Kirk shoots a Klingon and he flies in the air like he's on wires.
That's right. Does he slam into the rock?
Yeah. That's because he was on wires.
The Rock was. I didn't know Dwayne Johnson was in this. I'm here all week, by the way. I'm here all week.
He's changing. Face is changing.
Yeah, because as the planet accelerates, he accelerates in aging. And I think that's a really good thing that they kept it fairly consistent.
Bad poo. That's what he's having.
Did Michael Jackson have this effect in his
What do you say,
Thriller video.
Klingon?
Are you talking about in a little bit? Yeah, that's not quite there yet, but yes. That's what I thought of.
Yes.
Because
he was so strong, he threw the Klingon onto a rock, didn't he?
He threw the Klingon onto the starboard bow,
Yeah, because Vulcans are strong too. People forget that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's kill Captain Kirk. On that fight.
Here you go, Hostman. Mr. Brown Alliance, that's me. Do you have a big for Shatner now? I thought it was Cruise.
Yeah.
I love Shatner. That's it.
This is when his face is changing, isn't it? And they do that prosthetic on his face where it's going.
Yeah.
There you go.
The thriller moment.
Yeah.
I'll just say to Hostman, growing up as a child in the 70s, Star Trek on BBC TV in the UK, I was there, and for me, Star Trek, Captain Kirk, Spock, McCoy, Scotty, Sulu, Uhura, Chekhov. For me, it's just my childhood, and it's just number one. It's just my number one thing. I just love Star Trek. For me, Star Trek is just...
Yes. And that's how Nimoy saw it too, and that's why this movie is about getting the crew back together.
And these cultural vandals should be ashamed of themselves for what they've done to Star Trek. The greatest TV series ever, and it's just a hate-filled piece of shite now.
What about Knight Rider?
Apart from
there's nothing we can do to change it, so
they should be ashamed of themselves.
Well, they're not, obviously.
They should, but they won't be, because they're making money, and it's the majority of the population that watches it. So unfortunately, it's not.
I'll just say, obviously, the big kind of Picard thing with Doomcock and Robert Meyer Burnett has been kicking off recently.
Strange
I will say,
let those two drama queens fight it out.
Yeah,
that's what they claim.
Doomcock was right though, or is right with that. Anyway, moving on.
That's what they claim, that people are watching this, but they're on streaming service. They don't really have to give the numbers of what's going on. Yeah. They don't really have to face the music of who is actually interested in this. They can just make a fake media presence that it's accepted. And
that's exactly right, Jill. Exactly.
Franco Walker, well said at Mr. Brown Alliance. Cheers, Franco. Star Trek number one for me. Just love it. And I'm not going to apologise for loving it.
So you shouldn't.
I love it too, all the way until 2005.
You like what you like, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't expect you and I to have the same opinion on everything. That's all I ask.
Especially fingering, yes.
There we go. There's the shot. There's the shot.
Here it comes.
Yeah. Pew.
He's not on wire.
Pew, pew, pew.
Got pew-pewed.
Get him off this planet.
Yeah. Rapid aging. Was there a bad performance from any of the cast in this film?
Maybe some of the fake Spocks, just because they were like,
they didn't say nothing.
Half a second in the movie, but that's about it, in my opinion.
But everybody was just genuinely great in this film, weren't they? Everybody had something to do. Or didn't. Moving on.
Defrost.
Oh. This is Kirk looking at his dead son, David.
Mind you, he hardly knew him.
I know, it's like, oh, I just got to know you and now you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I felt bad for him on that end, but he didn't know his son very well, because he didn't even know he existed until right before this, you know?
Yeah.
And at the end of, Wrath of Khan.
Here you go, folks. Klingon comb over To pay or not to pay? That is Star Trek.
What do you
6.
say, Brown?
No. To pay or not to pay? That is the wrong film. That is Star Trek 6, not this one.
I think that
Thinking
what's his name? Christopher Plummer was like his character. I think he chose to be bald. He was bald by choice.
Yeah.
To look badass. Yeah.
It's good.
I think he was also the one that came up with the eye patch with no
no
script.
Yeah, drilled inside.
Yeah, I just wanted to look crazy.
Here you go, folks. More of the facial expressions, shots of the other cast looking at Kirk's grief.
Should beam up the Klingon too.
Great. Just great.
No. Why?
You wish
it. Brilliant. I'll kill you later.
I lied.
Here you go. Ballpoint penos.
You know damn well that's ballpoint penis.
Yes, I know. But when the algorithm picks up on it, I thought J.J. Abrams' Star Trek in 2009 was fantastic. It was the reason I started really to get into Star Trek lore.
It was. The first one was good.
Yeah, I don't think it's too bad, actually. Yeah.
No, I liked it. It's a shame that they didn't continue in that vein.
I remember taking my son to see that, and it was one of the best nights out we'd had in a while. And then I said to my next door neighbor, I was like, "Bro, you got to come and see this with me. It was brilliant." And then we went, but when I went in and saw it the second time, I was like, "What have they done here?" You know, and that made me question everything. But when I asked Robert Bennett once. I said, I asked him something about 2009, and he said, "Look, for those people whose first experience with Star Trek is Abrams' Trek or whatever, and they love it for what it is, then that's fine. Let them have it. Like, don't take that joy away from them." But my next door neighbor wanted to watch it one day, and I was like, I'm not effing watching that with you, man.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Dude, it's space battles and it's sci-fi.
It's Star Wars.
I don't care about Star Trek lore."
Yeah.
But that's a bit of a so, but so I don't hold it against anyone who likes 2009. I enjoyed it when I went and saw it the first time.
It could have been worse.
I will say I was shocked that was Eric Bana as the bad guy. That was surprising, but
At the very least, Abrams' Trek admits that it's in an alternate universe, whereas not so much.
And it had like a hot guy crew. I mean, that's pretty good.
But what's sinister about it is that it Kurtzman did come from Abrams, so that's what started off as something harmless.
Well, the only reason why 2009 version is any good is because of Roberto Orci, who was a proper Star Trek guy, and he wrote most of the film, which is why it's true-ish to canon. He kind of upset the boat, so they got rid of him.
Oh, man.
So we've never seen him since, and he was a true Star Trek fan, and they got rid of him. But anyway, because he wanted to be true to Star Trek. But anyway. Dark Side of the Walk. Top prize for remembering what they renamed a Klingon bird of prey.
Was it the HMS Bounty?
It was.
Oh, that was fast.
Yeah, because I think he says in the captain's log, too.
Yeah.
I think Bones names it. He says like some sort of historical irony.
Yeah, they sprayed it on the side of the ship as well.
Yeah.
God. Yeah, that music in that film was terrible, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In the Wales one, whoever composed the music for that should have been shot. Really awful. Awful soundtrack.
Yeah. But, I enjoyed the number 4 because of the fact that it was, I guess because it was not necessarily grounded in reality, but them having to adapt to like the 1980s and them being so futuristic.
Yeah, fish out of water.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Whale out of water. Do you see what I did there?
Yeah, there you go.
Romeo, Tango, November, Zulu. No! Sorry. The only good thing in ST 2009 is Leonard Nimoy as Spock.
Well, evidently, you didn't find Zachary Quinto and Chris Pine or Carl Urban hot. Just putting it out there.
I thought they did. To be fair, I think they did a good job with what they were given. The actors.
They did do good. I know it's obvious that the intentions were true to move, Star Trek into the Star Trek that we know, but then it just got messed up.
Yeah. This is where Savick says he died saving us.
Yeah.
Rapid aging. Yeah. And just say, I've got his marbles.
Yeah, and he takes
he's an empty
off.
vessel.
Yeah.
And we got that pink shirt, which is quite fun.
Klingon Commander.
Drop all weapons. Brilliant.
Even Klingons get upset.
Klingons are always upset. What are you talking about?
I was going to say they're always pissed off.
Yeah, always.
Lloyd, what at the time? Obviously, I don't think I knew who Lloyd was because I was only 15. But I knew whoever played it at the time played a great part. And looking back now, fucking incredible. Absolutely.
As a kid,
fantastic.
I was subjected to reruns of Taxi all the time, so I definitely recognized him from that.
I'll throw this in. Better than playing Doc Brown?
Oh, no. Doc Brown was like a monumental.
Yeah.
Marty!
No relation, by the way.
It's your kids, buddy. Something's got to be done about your kids.
This is where he says terrible accidents, but as they say on Earth,
C'est la vie.
Yeah.
I got what great. You want. I got Genesis, but you have to come down and get it.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the lines because it's such a great film. You see, everybody keeps saying, "Oh, it's not the best Star Trek film," but it is.
Well, no, I still like it, but my favorite is the Star Trek 4. But it doesn't mean that this is a bad film.
The one with the bad soundtrack.
The one where like they have to adjust to like current times at that time, and I thought it was really cool. Them like, you've got a Russian guy going into a nuclear. Or asking for nuclear vessels or nuclear weapons, and then like you've got Spock, who's an alien that has to conceal that, and then he, people are so foul mouthed, and I think they're in San Francisco, and he was like, "What does this mean?" And then trying to adjust to cussing because they didn't really do that in the
dumbass
future.
on you.
Yeah, and I don't know what you mean about a bad soundtrack. That movie has the best punk rock song ever made.
I Hate You. That song, you mean? That was funny. We had him on our stream, didn't we? The guy.
I was going to say, thank you, Ian. Ian and I's claim to fame is that we've streamed with Kirk R. Thatcher, the punk on the bus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
when was
amazing.
this?
He's a nice guy.
A couple of years ago, wasn't it, Ian?
Yeah.
First time I ever streamed, we did a Star Trek 4 stream on Dan Hadley's Spacebook channel.
Yeah. Even he said the soundtrack was bad.
Yeah,
it's great.
That movie.
He wrote that song himself. And
he did.
Yeah, that's him singing it, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a genuinely great stream. Kirk R. Thatcher's fantastic.
Yeah.
He's responsible for all the Muppets.
And I berate you.
Yeah.
And I say screw you. Good song.
And like right when he says "screw you," the guy flips him off.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
So,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I've never heard the whole song.
At him.
Yeah, I've never heard the whole song. I've just heard up to that bit.
Didn't he? They brought him back for a cameo in PCAT, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
Yeah.
But I never saw it, so
yeah, I never. I watched 3 episodes, and then I heard that happened, and I didn't continue watching. I just quit the whole thing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was smart.
We can blame you.
Yeah.
Did you misgender Jill then?
Jill? Who's Jill?
Maybe not.
I didn't hear it.
Jill, the other woman on the stream.
Oh, sorry. Did I do something wrong?
No.
That was a
Brown's
joke.
being silly.
I'm being a prick.
Okay.
Right, okay, so, what's he saying? Over there, Albert Kirk.
Look, yeah. And then he beams them all up.
As I said, I've not watched this in a long, long time, and I know all the lines.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah. I love that Kirk remembers what he says when he tells him to beam him up.
Yeah.
Malts.
Except for Spock. He wouldn't beam up Spock.
No, he wouldn't.
No.
Is this the one where he goes, do you like Italian? And he goes, yes, no, yes, no, yes.
No, that's not 4.
Oh, okay. And you do too. Yes.
You should beam the Vulcan up. No.
You know what? One of the things that sucks the most about watching Star Trek movies with Rennie is that she actually knows the lines verbatim better than I do. Like, I know what's going to be said, but I might get a word or two wrong. She knows the whole freaking script. Oh,
there you go. You've been blessed, mate. There you go.
I have been.
So I have a question for you. Does she know these lines better, or when you watch The Godfather together?
Probably The Godfather, because she's a huge fan of Godfather, aren't you, Rennie?
Yeah, probably, but yeah, even at the end when I'm like, Jim, your name is Jim. He's like, what the hell?
So she beats me to it by a second. Like, that's one of my favorite moments in film. And I'm just like, oh, man. It's because it's like a spoiler coming from. I know it. Just don't say it.
Here you go. Time Prophet at Mr. Brown Alliance asked me, had no idea Jill was on the stream because we didn't see the little square icons.
That's because he's got the big pictures up. That's why.
Yeah. Jill,
you
could
just
you
can't
say
see the
hello
big picture.
No.
Right.
Jill, could you say hello to Time Prophet, please?
Hello, Time Prophet. I have been here the entire time and have been contributing now and then.
She got kicked. I have had enough
of you.
We're not quite there yet. Again, the colour palette is fantastic. Red and the kind of turquoisey greens.
Well, that's the fire, isn't it? The fire,
Lots
the
of-
planet's breaking up, isn't it?
Lots,
So,
as I said,
Exhilarating, isn't it?
yeah.
lots of colour theory going on. Looks great.
Great fight, though, between them both,
Yeah.
even though it was kind of slow, obviously, because he's in his 50s and stuff. But it's a good fight, though.
54.
Yeah.
So you go. There's Shatner. He's lost weight. And
He's lost
20
weight.
years younger.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yep. That guy looks like Rob Lowe.
Wow.
Captain
Lowe is a
Rob
stunt
Lowe. Time Prophet has just been. Time Prophet has been silly now. Is Jill the Australian one? Yes.
Oh, stop.
Stop spoiling yourself.
So you got this from you get this from the 4K or the Blu-ray?
Yeah.
All right, so they could have easily digitized his face there. Put William Shatner's over it.
And
No,
give
that's
him a
what's
belly.
so fun about reviewing the original series is finding all the shots with the stunt double.
Yeah.
And this is the scene with the backflip that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, it's coming up in a minute, yeah. Oh, look at that. That's good acting.
Look, he's about to kiss him, but he's like, no, I'll throw him against the rock instead.
It looks like Marlon Brando, Godfather, with the golf balls,
his
tennis
face is
balls.
all like swollen up.
Yeah.
His wig almost came off. Never mind.
Yeah.
It's very physical fights.
Thumps him at the side, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And there's a stuntman again. There you go.
I think double stuntman, folks. Here we go. The backflip.
Yeah.
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 Grabs a big tree trunk and starts smacking him with it.
Yeah.
Teaching him a lesson.
Yeah.
That's right.
Franco, how dare you? Fat Kirk.
Fat Kirk.
How dare you?
It is true. So
Here you go. Queen Long. Star Trek 4 definitely had its pros and cons. See, that's a thinking man's joke. That is well done.
Yeah, but Khan wasn't in 4. He was in 2.
no,
That's
exactly.
flat.
You just ruined a good joke.
Doctor gave me a pill and I grew a kidney. Doctor gave me a pill and I grew a kidney.
Yeah.
Fully functional?
Oh.
I think I've got the slides for Star Trek 4 ready to go. I've been sitting on that for like 2 years now.
Nice.
Just waiting for me.
Yeah.
Stuntman, folks.
It looks like William Shatner.
I like he goes, ah!
Yeah, we're going to attempt time travel.
Moving
on. Just right at the edge, mate.
Nice shot.
I will say this is just kind of one little special effect shot too far for me, but we'll forgive it.
Nah, the one where he falls when he kicks him and then the lightning happens and then you can see a little dummy falling. That bit is the worst. That bit is the worst.
It's the kind
but
of...
you know, it was the 80s.
I know.
Definitely wasn't Hans Gruber falling out of the Nakatomi.
No, it wasn't. No.
Or,
so he tries to save him, doesn't he? He goes, "Give me a hand," and he's so arrogant. He tries to pull him down with him.
The rock bit there just didn't quite, but we'll forgive it.
Well, that's why that's my favorite part of this movie. Because even though he just lost his son to this guy, having his son executed, this is classic Kirk choosing not to kill, to choose life. And it's a big theme of his character defining and it also defines what it means to be a Starfleet officer.
That's right. Absolutely.
Whereas if this was Klutzman Trek, Kirk would have just shot him in the face before he went down.
Or pulled his eye out.
Yeah.
Usual rubbish. Klingons on the starboard bow.
Starboard bow.
Shoot the kill.
We come in peace. Yeah. Shoot the kill.
It's life, Jim, but not as we know it.
I like the end of the song where, we can't change the laws of physics.
Laws of physics. That kick in the face. Star Trek boots.
Here you go, folks. Matt G. So it's Matt G. So he's right. We will bow to the superior knowledge. Shatner's best lines ever are in Airplane 2 or Airplane 11.
I have had
enough of you.
Yeah, because he's still trying to kill him, so gotta let him go.
Yeah, because as I said, he offered to save him, and he just
great lines in this, fantastic lines.
Yeah.
There's the action man. Bye.
So the planet's going up.
Sis sees the side of Leonard Nimoy's face. He's right age now. We can get him off the planet.
How convenient.
Yeah. See, perfectly aged to perfection.
Do we care?
No.
No.
Such a great story.
Yeah.
Such a great story. He's got suntan.
Yeah.
I'll just put Romeo's comment up. I'm not going to read it, but I'll just leave it up so everybody can read it for a bit. But we get the idea, mate. It's just low bar Star Trek by
Rejoice.
Yeah. What he said.
Yeah. Just in time as well, because everything fell apart.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, and if the planet's falling apart, then so would Spock as the planet goes. So.
Yeah. Exactly. His fate was tied to it.
Wait, you said you would kill me. I lied.
I love that line.
Yeah.
John Larroquette.
What's it say?
Even
do not.
Even the line when they're
like him.
When they're trying to control the ship, and he goes, "What does that do?" And he goes, "Press that or nothing," and he presses the switch. See, they're great lines in this film.
Here you go, Franco. What a coincidence! But I don't think we care, do we? Time Prophet, Spock at Gas Mark 5.
Well, there's everybody seems to forget. There's this wonderful scene in this film before they get to the proper climax. The second climax is when McCoy is admitting how much he kind of likes Spock. How much he missed him.
Get to that in a minute.
It's a really good scene, man.
Yeah. That scene. Peak DeForest Kelly. Hostman is doing posting Appion's channel. Help him get to the 1,000 folks. The last push is the hardest. That's what she said.
Goodbye, David.
So the planet's going, and they can't figure out the controls of the ship, can they? No.
But Scotty does.
Yeah.
Because that's what he does.
Yeah.
Boom.
Goodbye, David.
Didn't even get a proper burial, did he?
Yeah.
Got blown up.
I just think the script on this film is just fantastic. Why do we think this is? Why do we think this film has been so under the radar for a long time?
Probably because it's between 2 and 4, which are more, probably more popular. And then 6 came along, which was another, which is
6
fantastic.
Is great. Yeah.
This to me. I mean, I love it. I'm saying this almost like became like the underrated Trek.
Yeah.
But the reason why Maya didn't want to direct this one is because he felt that he was treated badly on Wrath of Khan. That's why he didn't do this one. And then they wanted this guy who directed a couple of episodes of the 60s series, and he basically turned it down. And then Leonard Nimoy offered his services, and the studio was nervous, and then they decided to go with Nimoy, and he did a great job, Nimoy.
Yeah, and Nicholas Meyer also didn't like bringing Spock back, and that's also why he didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yep. Then he came back to help co-write number 4.
Yeah, and then he ended up directing the last one, didn't he? Number 6.
Yep.
Here you go. I'm really enjoying these Thinking Men jokes this evening. Queen Long at Mr. Brown Alliance. DeForest Kelly never needed a stuntman for his scenes in Trek. He was definitely the real McCoy.
Well, actually, whenever DeForest Kelly would sign an autograph for a doctor, he would put from the real McCoy, REEL, to the real McCoy.
Oh.
Oh my.
Because they're
okay, right. So we're on the final leg now, folks.
He's a doctor, not a bricklayer.
Okay, so I think we're on the way to Vulcan before JJ destroyed it.
Yeah.
Spock!
Vulcan is never destroyed.
I remember watching this scene in the cinema thinking, Christ, this is incredible.
Do you know what's quite interesting about this scene is that after he's done his great acting, he Spock has to say, Leonard, you have to get up and go, cut. Doesn't he? Cut.
DeForest Kelly in this, just, mind-blowing. So great.
He was never upset. The thing about him is that he was never upset about people calling him Dr. McCoy all the others, like Leonard Nimoy and William Shatner, and even to a certain extent, the guy who plays Sulu, were all upset that they were stuck with this role, but he never was.
Yeah, he totally embraced it. He totally embraced it. Yeah.
And embraced the fans. He loved the fans, and he wrote poetry for them.
Yeah. Lots of DeForest Kelly interviews on YouTube. I thoroughly recommend all of them.
He embraced it. It was like, I am McCoy. That's it. Thank you. Let me sign some autographs. Pay me a bit. You know.
Yeah. Okay. So, Bird of Prey approaching Vulcan.
Human adventure's just beginning. Yep. Sorry.
They're on approach.
He's like, can I have one of those rubies on your costume, please?
Yeah.
At the size of her ring earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
Here you go. Time Prophet. McCoy started off doing westerns. He did.
He did.
Yep.
Yes, because when he was little, he always wanted to be a cowboy, and he does look good in a cowboy hat.
Yeah. Franco, he loved McCoy. Yeah.
And we did notice his boots earlier in this movie as well. Very cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice special effects shot considering it's 1984.
Yeah.
There's a couple of little tiny giveaways which could be cleared up, but with CGI. But back then, it's a great shot.
Yeah. Matte shot. It was a matte shot from the top, but they added all the lights in and stuff, and the bottom was real when they came out.
Yeah. See, this is fantastic.
Isn't that Kato? No, that can't be him.
Dong.
And notice they had the Asian Vulcan ringing the gong.
The gong.
Yeah. I'm like,
diversity done well? Yeah.
I don't know. Should be stereotypical.
Here you go, Hostman. Miss Brown answers me. These special effects look better than anything in He-Hulk. Agreed? Dame Judith Anderson.
Yeah. She gone as well, isn't she?
Yeah. Was she in the she in the original TV series? Is why they got her back? Yeah.
She was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bit of a headpiece she's wearing there, isn't it?
This was her last on-screen role.
Wow.
Bob Fleming here. So what's this ceremony called? I forget.
No idea.
Is it Faltor Pan or something?
Yeah, they're transferring the consciousness of from a living host to another.
What's his name? What is McCoy's full name? Because they say it here.
Leonard H. McCoy.
Son of David.
Son of David.
Yeah.
That's it.
And David is DeForest Kelly's dad's real name.
Oh, right.
Top trivia there, folks. Top trivia.
I choose the danger.
Yeah. Hell of a time to ask. Oh, God. We just all know the lines, don't we?
It takes ages. Poor old Kirk is impatient, isn't he?
Yeah, he wants it now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Time Prophet, very Flash Gordon. We should do Flash Gordon at some point.
Gordon's alive.
I haven't watched that in ages.
Gordon's alive. Go Flash, go.
Yeah, it's a great film.
Great
I
sound.
met him. He's a really nice man. The guy that plays Flash Gordon, very nice.
Flash Gordon. Yeah, we should do Flash.
Wasn't his real voice in the film?
No,
they dubbed that over.
No.
My God.
Again, great score from James Horner.
Yep. Brilliant score.
I just think everybody, all the main characters and even the secondary characters in this were just fantastic.
See, with this film, it was a great journey from start to finish, wasn't it? You know what I mean? And then when you got to that scene where he goes, Jim, your name is Jim, you feel so satisfied that everything is okay.
And you know why? It's because all the best writers write the ending first, and that's what Harv Bennett did. He wrote that part first.
Right.
Here you go, Franco Tal Paul Tan. Yeah, I think we should do Flash Gordon at some point. Yeah, moving on.
Look at that ring.
Yeah, I know, it's big, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you into... Who's into big rings? Anybody? Moving on. Lots of lightning.
Mm.
Here you go, Romeo.
Schnoz.
It is. Well lit as well. Death to Ming. I saw the VIP drinker interview with Flash. Yes, so did I. Would be a great movie for at Mr. Brown Alliance. That's me. Stream. Yes. Yeah, I think we should cover that before quite soon, I think. Have we got we've got Godfather 2 to do, haven't we?
Yeah.
Rennie.
Yeah.
February. It's February, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's about that time.
Get ready, folks.
So they're transferring the consciousness.
Back into Spock.
The light is too bright.
Great music. Savick has her eyes closed throughout the ceremony. I noticed.
Yes.
It's like Raiders. Don't look at it. Just kidding.
Yeah.
And Scotty looks at her funny too.
Yeah.
Don't look at the trap, Ray.
Well, they're all concentrating, aren't they? They're all doing their Vulcan thing, aren't they? So,
Yeah. It's kind of a religious thing for them. So it makes sense.
There you go.
Scotty's going, what the fuck are you doing?
Where's Kirstie Alley?
Yeah. Where's Kirstie Alley? Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah, exactly.
Time Prophet in the chat says, I have never seen any Godfather movies.
Good for you.
You are missing out. Because they're great movies. Even the third one, even though it's not the best, especially if you watch the Coda version of it, better than what you'll see nowadays, typically.
I will say Godfather is a good film.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, come on, speed it up. It's going up to 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I know. We're near the end, don't worry.
Franco Walker says they are using all the Vulcan powers.
Yes.
We're almost at the end.
Who's that little guy in the back? Can you see him? The glasses.
Oh, yeah. A little person?
With glasses.
You can't say the other word now, can you?
Dwarf?
You just said it.
Boing.
Better than saying the M word. So.
Dong.
Dong. The food is ready. Dong.
Here you go. Cutter, new face. I love the lurkers who appear for the first time. Godfather 3 is underrated. I don't think I've seen Godfather 3.
Just when I'm out, they pull me back in. Yeah.
Well, and if you watch the Coda version. It's what Francis Ford Coppola originally wanted Godfather 3 to be, but they rushed him on it.
What, can't she walk down those stairs herself? Why does she need help?
She's too good for that.
High priestess, isn't she? She doesn't do such things like that.
Planet Vulcan has
I'm okay, Jim. Sorry.
Planet Vulcan has a thriving gong business.
All right. Okay.
Dong.
So this is where he says, "It's amazing what you've done. You know, your son, your ship, blah blah blah, your career.
At what cost?
At
It's
what
like,
cost?
Your son, your ship. Just
Yeah. That's would have been my soul." He says something like that.
just so. But the script is so on point. It's fantastic.
Mm.
Here you go. Scott Hall, Godfather 1 and 2 are goddamned brilliant. No matter what any haters say, hands down. Yeah.
They are brilliant movies. I probably wouldn't have
Yeah.
used that verbiage, but yeah.
Yeah. Is this where it says what I had to do, or it would have been my soul or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess at what cost is your ship, your son?
Yeah.
Right, we're getting to the end.
It's like the most powerful moment, man.
Yeah.
Yes, because Kirk realized he made a mistake leaving Spock there, and so he had to.
Yeah.
He had to get him back.
Right, we're kind of getting towards the end now. So, question for the chat: Star Trek 3, Search for Spock. Marks out of 10, guys. Marks out of 10. So, okay.
He looks at everybody.
Yeah.
Tries to recognize them all.
And
The only person he recognizes is Jim.
Yeah.
I love when he says, "I am and ever shall be your friend."
Ship out of danger. You saved us all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim, your name is Jim. Rennie's haven't got an avatar up. Her avatar's disappeared.
Yeah, she's disappeared for the moment.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Here you go. Hooligan, 9. Time, 10.
Me too.
12. Franco, good score, mate. 9 from Romeo. Atom, 7.5. A, would you blow me? 8. Never fails to please, that one, does it? Okay.
Evidently not.
Yeah. This is where it says, my father says you were my friend.
Yeah. So touching.
9,000 pub motherboard, 9. Scott, 9.
Jim, your name is Jim.
Yep.
Ego, Dark Side of the Walk, 8.5 walks. That's a good score, is that? Don't you remember? The ship out of danger. You saved the ship.
You saved us all.
Is this where it says Jim?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It says Jim, and then he looks at McCoy, and McCoy taps his head.
I love that moment.
Here you go. Queen Long, 10.
And he does that famous eye raise, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, look, Shatner there. He's just happy.
Because he's getting paid.
What was that?
He's getting paid.
Jenny, 7, maybe an 8. I think 8.
Well, because the first thing Spock remembers is Kirk, and the second thing is the ship, which Kirk loves the most.
See, here you go. Scott, expression is priceless. Yeah, Kirk, happy. Tim, 111. Yes. Comb over. Easy 9, yeah.
Yep.
No, we're definitely getting to the end now.
Yep.
Hannah,
Brilliant.
69.
And the crew gathers around.
Yeah.
You did it, Spock. You're back from the dead. Remember the fourth one, he goes, oh, what's it like to be dead?
Yeah.
And the adventure continues. Of course it does. Of course it does.
So I will ask the panel, Cam, 8 out of 10. Cheers, Cam. Just a sentence, perhaps paragraph off each of you, and then we'll call it a draw. So just a sentence and a mark out of 10. So in order of my screen, PCAT, your closing thoughts and score, my friend.
Definitely a top 3 Trek movie. To me, it's always going to be 2, 6, and 3, and then 4. It's by far extremely underrated. Just a lot of, I mean, it's for a movie that has like heavy material in it. You know, life, death. It's just a fun movie at the same time, and I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Jill?
I give this movie 10 out of 10. This is a great Star Trek movie about friendship and getting the crew back together. Very passionate and does something that Star Trek does best, which is to show us how to treat one another, and and also the reality of life, that even when you're spending time with each other, you don't always get away scot-free. There's always some kind of loss. You know, the loss of David and the Enterprise. But this was a great way to bring the family back together. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it's a great movie. It's probably one of the best Star Trek movies ever made, in my opinion. I would give it 8 out of 10 because nothing's ever perfect.
Yeah,
but 8 out of 10 is a brilliant score. So there you go. That's where I will stop. Thank you.
Before we go to Rennie, Would You Blow Me? I fart on 8.9 in its general direction. Nolan Void, classic film, even without Kirsty. Yeah, 9. Rennie, closing thoughts?
Yeah, I think everybody's pretty much said everything that can be said. Again, some of the stuff in here, like the effects and the backgrounds and stuff, are cheesy, but it's the acting and the writing that make this a great movie. So I would have to go personally 8. So yeah.
Tryon, do you want to give us? Is still there? Do you want to give us
very quickly,
your closing thoughts?
Yeah, I've got to give it a 9.5. I'd say.
Wow.
I think for me, it is truly an emotional film. Rennie said, that the Vulcans were quite condescending, but we do get to see that there is love there between friends, between fathers and sons, and I just think it is a brilliant story from beginning to end.
My closing thoughts are, obviously this is in the shadow of Star Trek 2 and between the next one, The Whales. So it's kind of lurked in the shadows between those two. I've always really, really enjoyed this film. Watching it the last day or so, I think it's even better than what I remember, from the old VHS days of coming home from school and watching it practically every night for God knows how long. Such a great film. It's got everything you want. It just teaches you everything what Star Trek is about. And these, as I said, these cultural vandals who have destroyed Star Trek should be ashamed of themselves. For me, I think Star Trek 2 is fantastic. Star Trek 6 is fantastic. For me, I genuinely think this is the best Star Trek film, and I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I just think it's fantastic. And I've not been able to appreciate watching it this last day or so, because obviously doing the slides, I think I'm going to watch it tomorrow. So great film, everybody. Star Trek's brilliant. In the chat, Rennie, are you available to read a comment?
Sure. Brown gives it 9 toupees.
Toupee. I think that is it, everybody. A long one this evening, but such a great film. It would have been an injustice to go as quickly as we could. So I think we kind of timed it just about right. So, chat, you are wonderful. Steady numbers tonight. You have stuck with us for the 4 hours. Can you believe it? 4 hours. So appreciate your time. The comments have been fantastic tonight, especially taking the piss out of me. That's what I'm here for. So, guys, you are wonderful, but I think you already know that. So we'll see you next time. I will thank the guests in order of my screen. PCAT, it's great to have you back on, mate.
Glad to be back with such a tremendous, top 3 Star Trek movie.
Jill, Antiderivative Jill, thank you. It's been a pleasure to have you on. Great to finally speak to you.
You're welcome. It's been amazing to be on this panel. I hope I did this movie justice because it deserves all the accolades and love that it could ever have.
I think you and I love Star Trek. It's a deep love for Star Trek. So, Ian, thank you, my friend.
No worries.
This is where our friendship started on this film, wasn't it?
Absolutely. And as kids agree.
They do. Rennie, thank you. Great to have you on.
You. Yeah, thank you. And thank you for letting me bring the significant other, aka the husband. So this is something we enjoyed doing together, and glad that we could both be here. And it's a lot of fun chatting with you guys again.
Great to have you back on.
Yeah, thank you. It's great to be back.
You've been missed.
Well, I appreciate that. I've missed you guys as well. And Jill, it's been really great catching up with you.
Yes, it's great to hear from you and Tryon and hearing you talk about Star Trek.
And last but by no means least, it's Mr. Rennie. Tryon, thank you, my friend. Great to have you on, mate.
Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it. Like, how cool is it being able to talk to such knowledgeable, such insightful people with shared mutual passions. It's just, it's been great. And I still love this movie, despite the fact that I was not aware of the damage to the other side of the ship.
Yeah. It's not perfect, but we'll forgive it, yes.
I loved hanging out with you guys. Thank you.
You'll be focusing on that going forward every time you see it now.
I'll never look at it the same.
I apologize for bringing it up.
Well, no, it's even more confusing when you get a toy that says a Rathacon ship with a ship with Rathacon damage, but you don't realize it's from Search from Spock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have it in particular, but Mark D with the C has it.
I will say, Tryon, if you ever want to come on a Saturday night, you are more than welcome, mate.
Thank you very much, my friend.
I think that is it. I'd like to do it to 4 hours for the OCD, but there you go. But I think that is it, folks. We will be back tomorrow doing the news stuff, the musing stuff, and the TV we've been watching. I think The Lord, a movie cynic, will be back on for that. So I think that is it, folks. If we don't see you tomorrow, we'll probably see you next weekend sometime. Have a great week. Enjoy your Sunday. Have a great week. We are transporting out of here to our beds. So take care, everybody. Taddy bye.
Good night.
Later.
Taddy bye. Taddy bye. Taddy bye.
Much love.